Oh, we're recording now?
Oh, yeah.
Fucking do it.
Yeah, okay, welcome to the Brown Bricks Podcast. The most amount of fun you can have while listening to a podcast.
Hey, there it is. Thank you. There we go.
Was that a good
Alright, can you pass me a Bud Light?
We'll talk more on Manscaped later.
Oh, yeah.
And today with us, we
who
have
are you?
the
Guest.
illustrious Matt, featured on Waifu Cast, as well as our friend Sean, last name absent, because we can't see him.
Last name bleep.
Who is going to design our Newtonian sex
Let's
swing
just
for
say I
us.
did a little work in Kenosha.
Did you want this?
Alright.
I also go by another name.
Take some wine. Can you pass me that?
Kyle.
R.
Alright, what do we want to talk about?
Well, we're
I don't
not. I thought we would be post-election by now, but we're not.
No,
so.
of course. Well, yeah, let's talk about politics.
Yeah, let's do that.
That's really good.
I mean,
that definitely doesn't just
It's gonna
shut
really
off half of
resonate.
your listener base.
It's going to resonate with a lot
At
of
least
our audience.
12%. 12% of the Japanese
regardless
people.
of what you think about this election, we can all agree on one thing. Either Donald Trump will win or lose.
This is true. Yeah.
The amazing bit we had.
Wow.
Truly
Fucking
amazing.
knocking it out of the park.
Thank you.
Already.
Well, I'm not fucking right there, Jack, because I thought we were doing the challenges this week, so I haven't had a Diet Coke.
I did the challenges too.
I didn't do all of
You did-
them.
I did all of them.
I did no masturbating, no Diet Coke, and I didn't play any video games. I've read anime and manga.
Yeah.
Well, Tage gave me like 5, which is
Yeah.
like
I
more
didn't
than
know-
I think he pitched you.
Yeah,
guys.
I didn't know masturbating and no vaping. But,
Okay.
You
What
did
do
no
you-
vaping for a week?
yeah.
Dude, just fucking keep it going then.
I know, that's the problem. Then you're just like, you know what, I might as well just start it up again, and then you're addicted again.
Now I'm no longer bound by the rules of this dumb fucking
What do you do,
challenge.
Tage? Which of the challenges did you uphold?
None of them.
Bitch.
Awesome.
I didn't know we were doing it. Like
It
we
was
never-
your idea.
Yeah,
I know it was my
We
idea.
didn't
but-
agree. We
Yeah,
didn't
yeah,
agree.
I know.
but-
It was
yeah,
unclear.
We should have.
Matt, what other challenges did you do, Matt?
None, because I didn't know.
You're not
I
even
was part of
participating. No,
this.
not November. Really?
No,
Yeah,
November's
I'm doing
fucking
that,
cringe,
yeah,
dog.
It's so dumb.
Are you allowed to nut?
No.
Like,
Inside
November?
person?
Yeah.
Yeah.
no.
Depends.
I don't even know.
I don't know, it depends
know
on
what
different
rules are.
ideologies.
And my friend group's doing it like extreme, but the thing is if you the first time you nut, then it's 50 push-ups, and then every other one is 5 added. So
Okay.
then when we all are
defeats
together
the point.
at the end of December 1st, we all have to do our consecutive push-ups.
Wait.
Okay,
That's
okay,
pretty
so it's
okay.
a punishment.
Oh, I
game.
thought you had to do
Okay,
them right
yeah.
after you
No.
nut.
Yeah, no, so then I was thinking like 5
some girl that
You're just
just
getting that, like,
shows.
No, I'm
Post nut clarity, and then you're just like, I gotta rip these push-ups.
No, but like the thing is, you said like 5 after every consecutive, so I assume that you like nutting a girl like 8 times. And
You're
you're
like,
just like,
That's
I
only
guess.
5. for
Yeah,
me.
5 times 7, 35, and then
Rather than doing it by the nut, you should do it like by the milliliter.
By the ounce,
and you
yeah.
measure out how much
Yeah.
you nut.
Oh, this is nasty.
Yeah, drain it out of somebody.
you're like, yeah, you know, you gotta squeeze
I
it out
gotta
of them like
siphon this out
a
of you.
towel.
Yeah, you all have a beaker that you bring on the last day.
A little turkey baster.
You all have a jar with a My Little Pony figurine stuck inside of it,
Hell yeah.
just to measure.
Yep.
So,
most
if
official.
you're
Get
going
the
to do
reference.
No Nut November, you should not be so half-hearted about it. If you don't,
Yeah,
if you nut, you've lost.
You lose.
Yeah, no,
you're
I
out.
don't
No
understand.
punishment. You're just the shame.
You just
Nah,
fucking
you get
suck.
ripped, bro.
Can you imagine being like,
Doing push-ups in a row is not going to
Yeah,
make
it's
you
like-
rip.
Like how many? Okay, once you have to do 5 push-ups for fucking just nutting, like if you're addicted to masturbation, that's not gonna stop anybody from
Yeah,
just.
it's
Yeah.
not a
Yeah.
big,
That
big
would
deterrent.
suck for me so bad, because if I not even once, like, I don't think I could do 50 push-ups in a row.
yeah.
Yeah.
Right? Like, I think
50
yeah.
is a lot in a
He's a
row.
fuck ton.
Right, so if I did that, then I go there, like, all right, you have to do 50, and I start doing push-ups, and then I'm just done at, like,
The problem for me
20.
is when I do push-ups, I nut. So,
Yeah.
be an infinite
So you just gotta
pain.
keep going.
So wait,
yeah.
Matt, if that is the challenge, how many push-ups are you at right now in your punishment
0,
game?
actually.
Wow,
Oh,
shit.
nut-free
Congratulations.
for all of
I mean,
6
me and
days.
Jack are nut free, right? If we've
Yeah,
been doing it
I haven't been.
for this week.
I didn't masturbate in
I-
my car on the way over here. So
Not
fucking,
during your presentation, you weren't jerking off.
I couldn't turn off my volume, so there were several times that I desperately wanted to hit my vape.
I have gotten
Oh.
comfortable enough, I'll say this, I've gotten comfortable enough with just being in Zoom classes, checking out and going on my phone that, like,
You pull out your
I'll
dick.
watch porn while I'm in class.
What? Well, I mean,
Why?
no,
What are
Phineas,
they gonna
I totally understand that.
I'm
'cause-
not getting anything out of it. I'm just like,
Yeah, there you
Phineas
go.
is about to be the
Interesting
next
or
fucking
what?
CNN anchor that gets
Yeah, he's gonna
jerking
get
it.
caught jerking it and standing up. I
well,
don't know.
I'm not because I'm not jerking. I'm just watching it.
Well, no, I appreciate
Like, you know what I mean?
because
He's
my
just
browsing
staring.
consists of like going on Twitter,
Just
and like
staring.
90% of my Twitter is just like anime titties.
Yeah.
And so whenever I'm doing that, and someone like looks over my shoulder, there'll be like vicious anime fucking on my phone, and they're just like, "What are you?" And I'm just looking at
That's why
it.
I've separated these accounts.
You know, in
from
American
myself.
Psycho, when he's just getting his day started, he just has porn playing on the TV. It's like that.
It's like,
Oh, you mean the one where
it's
he
making it part
brutally
of your
murders
normal
people?
life.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that one's pretty
I'm
good.
just checking it out.
You're just like him, Phineas.
Just
Yeah.
a
You're
connoisseur
so
of art.
handsome and like you wear suits,
Look.
you listen to music.
I never made
Just
that
like
claim.
that.
You're making that claim ironically when I made a single comparison that is quite apt.
Yeah, you're right.
I'm a serial killer. Yeah.
That and I kill people.
Women.
Women is my MO, yes.
Yes, just women in general. Yeah.
They deserve it sometimes.
No.
What is it so funny about scaring women? You tell me.
What makes that so engaging? To like, yeah, you gotta go work at like a fucking haunted house, Phineas, and you
Yeah.
can scare all the women you want.
Bitches only.
I wonder if people in haunted houses like get
off.
around. Yeah, get
on
off at scaring people.
I think
Hell yeah. Cheers.
I don't know if you guys have been listening to YMH much lately, but I find it kind of scary that I'm intrigued by. Tom's been making this joke about just like seeing a woman at a grocery store and she picks up an item and then she puts it back, and following her home and putting it on her doorstep with, with a note that says "You forgot this."
Oh my god.
Like just to scare her.
Oh, well,
Just little things like that. Going in like.
Yeah, like
Maybe she goes in the house.
the satisfaction of that, I think, would be seeing the reaction. If you don't get a
Yeah,
reaction,
for sure.
Yeah, then
I
what's
don't
the
agree.
point?
I think just knowing.
Yeah,
Knowing
I think
it
knowing
fucks
is what
someone up.
excites
Like,
me. Like, she
seeing
puts out a
there's
couple
value to
outfits.
that, but like,
sure.
just like the imagination.
Yeah.
Because at that same time, like, I don't even have to do it to get joy of it. Like, you just talking about it, I think that brings me about as much joy as I would get out of actually
doing it, yeah.
Like, I don't need
The idea, yeah.
I like the idea
doing
of like she lays out a couple outfits on the bed and she can't decide which one, and then she takes a shower. And I just pick one of them for her.
Yeah,
Like, you
like
look good in
this
this
one.
tonight. And I hang out the other ones back in
Put
the
a
closet.
sticky
Yeah.
note on your
Something-
dress. Yeah.
She'll probably think you're a ghost.
scaring women,
Every woman
but them
thinks
not
that they're
having
haunted.
the agency to do anything about it. That's that's what's so fun about it, right, Matt?
That's what's so fun about
Get off
being
your
He's
Stop.
gone. He's gone.
He checked out when we started talking about
No.
just.
What's with
This
what's
has all
with-
been a giant sting operation to get Matt to agree to even one fucked up thing I say.
Yeah.
And
and then
just
just cancel.
ruin it. Like,
forever.
we got him.
Yeah.
No dentist for you!
Stuff like this out of context, posting on social
Yeah.
media.
Oh, yeah.
You're
Yeah.
fucking
Oh
ruined.
yeah, that'd be great.
Your life is ruined, friend.
I don't know.
Goodbye.
I was saying this to Jackson earlier today, but do you think, like, if Trump actually loses, that he might just check out and just hand the reins to Pence and be like, I'm going to be in Mar-a-Lago for the rest of his term?
Going golfing.
I mean,
Wait.
that
Yeah, I
implies
don't
that he's
know.
not like extremely checked out already.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
What's he doing?
He's getting
He-
zanned out.
Trump thought he had tenure.
Trump gets like
Trump
Trump
thought-
gets an idea of doing something in his head. He goes after that, but he's not like, I don't think he's like doing like the daily grind.
Yeah. Do you think he likes being president? Because I don't think he does.
At this point, I don't think so.
Yeah.
I think he likes the attention that it gives him.
I
yeah,
think-
for sure.
I think he did it first. I think he probably doesn't know.
Yeah,
he probably.
after 4 years of it, he's probably fucking.
I mean, he
I
likes
would
the
fucking
idea of
hate
it,
being
but he's,
president
I mean, he's
after 4 years.
obviously he's got to be miserable, right?
Oh, for sure.
Like, but I mean, that's every president, right?
Have you
Like,
seen
Yeah,
the-
Obama's
shit, yeah.
transformation.
Have you seen the video of him being like, nobody likes me?
yeah, I love that.
Everybody, nobody likes me.
Talking like
the
a
crowd
fucking
like
middle-
doesn't really understand what he's saying. So they're like cheering, and he's like, everybody, everybody.
I like the theory that the COVID cure they gave him made him bisexual. Because there's like the fucking speeches he gave where he's like, I'll kiss everyone in the crowd.
Yeah, I'll kiss you
every
on the
man,
mouth.
every
Man,
woman,
a beautiful
man.
woman.
There's a nice looking man over there. I would kiss you on the mouth right now. I wouldn't like it.
I still-
I wouldn't like it,
He
but
said
I would
that?
still. Yes, no,
Yes,
this is
yes,
real.
great ass
That's
video where he's like,
genius.
I'm recovering
Dude,
from COVID.
that's-
I'll kiss you right in the mouth. Man, woman, beautiful woman. He does say beautiful woman, which
you-
reminds me that he is who he is.
If
Yeah,
you
of course.
set aside all the fucked up stuff he's done, the worst part about Trump being president is that if he wasn't, he would be my favorite person in the world.
Like I do miss pre-presidency Trump, where he'd just be like, I've never seen a skinny person drinking Diet Coke.
Yeah.
Honestly, I wonder if
he's entertaining. Though.
Joe Biden memes, I hope they really just let him run wild, because I think the idea of just, like, a demented old man just, like, rambling on a podium.
The day that they decide, Joe Biden dies. Like, the day that they say that Trump
Dude,
lost,
that'd be epic.
Joe Biden dies,
That
and
would be
it's
fucking epic.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's the fuck... you know what, let's get off this topic.
That is one of those situations.
Well, we're not getting to. We're just talking about politicians. I was saying to Jackson earlier that if Biden wins, which I think he's going to do, regardless, if he wins, I'm going to be excited to be allowed to fully hate him again.
Mhm.
Right?
Yeah,
'Cause right
yeah.
now, I have to be like, look, Biden's got his problems, but he's better than Trump, right? But, like, once Trump's out and Biden's in, I could just go on full, just like, fuck Joe Biden.
Biden.
He has all these shitty policies passed.
It is...
Why the fuck do you think he's going to do any of the shit he promised?
I think it's so funny that our, like, left-wing candidate is, like, what would be considered, like, far, far, far fucking right
Oh, yeah.
for any other Western
Absolutely.
nation.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you
I mean, not if you look at his policies, but if you look at what he's gonna fucking
But what he's
do,
going to accomplish, yeah.
Very
what are you
cool.
guys... psychics? That was the word. I was trying to think of it. There you go.
Okay.
End of joke.
I didn't know you were trying to think of a word.
That's
there.
it. Oh, by the way, Sean, how do you like the cocoa?
Oh, it's so much better than the Juul. I've
It's-
already saved myself at least $70.
Oh,
Nicotine
but it's
added
also
to shit.
like, it's too much better, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, it's I'm never gonna quit.
Jackson.
But I am gonna keep lying to my doctor.
Oh,
about
nice.
for health
Yeah, you
insurance
get a new
reasons.
chart.
Oh,
Jack-
absolutely. I've never...
Oh fuck! Is
Jack
that
has added-
no talking about VTubers.
What do you
He's
mean?
added
That's
charm
why we
to
brought
his
Sean on the
cocoa.
podcast.
Well, he has two charms usually. They're fucking Corin
See,
from
but
Fire Emblem.
there's a story behind these
Oh,
charms.
oh my god,
what the fuck?
Holy
So
shit,
here's
that's
the thing. I was waiting to bring this up, but basically I have these charms that are on a vape called a Coco, and the thing is that there's no charm. I looked up charms for Maury Calliope, which Sean knows a lot about. That's why we
Yeah.
brought him on. He's the VTuber expert. And so when I looked online, there was none of them there. So
You got them custom made.
I got 'em custom
and you had to
made.
get it
Oh,
more than one.
and you
Oh
have
my
to get
God.
you have to get at least 10 from Sticker Mule in order to get like
How much
an
did
order.
that
in.
cost you?
That cost me $5.
Damn.
And so
All
I was
of
like,
those?
yeah, all
on
of
my
them.
vape.
Yeah, and so I was like,
could
yeah,
just-
go ahead. I'd love
Damn,
that.
I thought you were
Can I
gonna
have
say like.
Yeah, totally.
I thought you were gonna say like $50.
Very cool.
What do you-
No, it cost me $5.
Because like just
I had
it being custom.
These
I
are
thought.
very-
Can I see it?
yeah,
Very
they're super
kawaii,
small.
Maury
Like
Calliope
I thought they were gonna be a
charms.
little bit bigger. It would have cost me like $15 to get them about the same size, but I'm cool with it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Do
it
you
looks.
like the chain that the vape came with?
Oh, it's so
It's
weird
so
because
funny.
it's like
Imagine
a necklace.
like wearing like a vape on your neck.
It
So it
comes-
comes with a chain that you can like clip this onto. And I was just wearing it around Annie's apartment the other day.
Like a pendant.
Just
Yeah,
like fucking
Just
take
to wear it
it
around your neck.
Yeah, just to like bother her.
I tried because I was just like, how does this feel? And I like wore it under my clothes one day, and I'm like, I feel like such a piece of
Is
shit.
it long enough that like you can lift up to your mouth?
Yeah, that's
that's
the
the point. But I think it's really funny that it's just
That is
on.
pretty
Like,
That's
the
really
idea
hip-hop.
that someone would actually use that,
That is very cool.
Going in my pocket.
and that like a chain's not gonna.
They
cost
should
you
do that
much.
with cigarette cartons. We're just fucking.
Hold
Yeah.
that shit around.
It's almost
Well, I guess
it's
you
almost
probably
done.
do that with like
You
a
wanna
lighter.
charge
They should make some sort of like
no,
over-engineered
no,
thing. You know those
just-
fucking helmets you put the fucking cans
Yeah,
in?
yeah,
You can drink from the
yeah.
helmet.
Yeah.
They should make like a thing that like automatically lights a cigarette, puts it in your mouth.
Yeah, like one of the fucking Inspector Gadget hats.
Inspector
where he's
Gadget,
got
yeah.
the arms coming out
Yeah,
of it.
except for instead of having a propeller, he just gets addicted
He just
to nicotine.
smokes fucking cigarettes.
Jack, how do you hook this bitch on?
Oh, you need like a cell phone charm. It's I got this thing from like
yeah.
one of those, so
Fuck.
unfortunately, if you have like a string, it can kind of work. I don't know.
Mhm.
We'll make it work, but
I was gonna make
We'll
it
get you
work because I
hooked
think
up.
it would be funny that I just have no idea what this is. Just putting an anime chick on my vape.
Oh, yeah.
Make me feel a
And
lot
then
more-
wear it around your neck again.
Yes.
Yeah. and it's so much more embarrassing than just an anime chick shot. It's
You would not understand.
Yeah, let's go back to ASMR. That's my field.
Yeah,
of
you
expertise.
just no. There on
The
a lot of these
resident
mics, there's
ASMR.
I know on a lot of
Binaural.
them there's like there's binaural
audio.
Oh.
Yeah,
what-
so you can
what is
really-
that? What is it?
no, not on this mic. This is
Binaural.
fucking is a cheap ass.
Yeah, let's record our podcast on a 3DO. Well, you two get one ear, me and Taylor get the other ear.
And then Sean's in there whispering and like licking his lips.
So
above
you guys
them.
could pretend like you're literally in the middle of all of us.
I kind of like the idea of getting one of those ones where it's like an actual human head, and you're supposed to just like
That's-
finger the ears.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's like the two like fucking silicone ears.
That's
Also,
that's the
we were
3D.
talking about that
Yeah.
before,
We
and
mostly
you were
just-
like,
I said latex by accident.
yeah,
silicone.
well, no, but we were talking about that before, and I looked up how much one of those is. It's at least $400 to get one of those like ear mics.
Yeah, but if you have a bunch of fucking simps listening
Yeah.
to your video,
Oh, of
because
course,
you're, like,
yeah.
a hot
ASMR
girl voice,
fucking harvest simp energy like no other. Absolutely.
Yeah.
dude, you just have to be a hot chick.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I
You
mean,
can't.
yeah.
Can you be like a schlubby dude and do
I
ASMR?
think
There are
some
schlubby
dudes,
Well,
but I never
the-
listen to
Look,
them.
the,
Because I only
schlubby dudes who make it in ASMR,
They're
they
not
make,
visual,
They make
yeah.
good fucking ASMR.
They're not recording themselves.
No,
They're
they
just-
are. That's how I know they're schlubby dudes.
I guess. Yeah.
Yeah,
Why are
that's
they doing
fine.
that then?
Because I don't know.
95% of the reason
Is the
you
visual
click
part-
on no,
visual
you don't even
helps
look at
with
the visual.
ASMR. I
You
don't
just-
always, but I'm fucking big into ASMR.
Hey, you know,
okay?
Okay, so you know a lot about it. I listen to it
Hand
sometimes when I'm
movements
trying
are
to
trigger
Yeah,
fall
the
people
way you're
like-
fucking
like some
eating
people-
that's so gross.
Some people don't necessarily like just sound. They like
Push.
hand movements. So like you move your hand
No,
in
I
like
don't.
fucking specific ways, and like that fucking gets the tingles going.
I listen to it to fall asleep sometimes if I really can't fall asleep. And 95% of the reason
So
that I
much
choose
of it
a
is
specific video is because the girl's hot. And I'm not even looking at her.
Okay.
But I'm just
I-
like, it's a hot girl talking to me.
Do you
I-
masturbate to it?
No,
Well,
never.
Okay.
I mean, I'm sure that influences me on some like subconscious level.
Yeah.
But if like the girl is like too hot and like showing her tits, like
Uh-huh.
I just assume it's gonna be a bad video.
Yeah,
That
no,
makes
I don't
sense.
click on those ones.
That
But,
makes
like, you know,
sense.
it's like it just has to be an attractive
When
one.
you're
I don't
looking
really-
for it, do you sometimes find a video that's like fucking like
Beer?
ear licking ASMR? Like some of it's like
Ear licking.
anime ear licking.
Anime?
Yeah, they
I've
call it
never
anime
run
They
into
ear
just
that.
licking.
say they've got like the gif of like the fucking.
Those people don't
anime girl
use. Those
licking
people
in the
don't use
thumbnail.
fucking
Thank you.
visuals. They just have like a picture of an anime girl out there. It's
Yeah.
just licking noises in the fucking.
That's
Like,
I mean, it's so
yeah,
weird
like
because
that.
there's like
Really
groups of people on
fucking
Pornhub
awful.
that like their job is just to dress up as like anime women, and then they just have like
Oh yeah,
they have
the
like
cosplay.
yeah,
porn.
but they never have like a dude fuck them. They always just have like a weird contraption that has a dildo on the end of it that fucks them and then squirts like fake cum into them, and then it's like
Oh, I've seen those. Yeah, like
Yeah,
the
thank
dildos
you.
with
Yeah.
fake cum. I don't get.
I was like, I was about to go in on you. Dude.
No,
Yeah,
I mean-
no, the dildos with fake cum are so weird to me. I don't get it. I don't honestly.
Can you imagine loading that thing up?
Yeah.
Like being like, I'm gonna masturbate.
Okay,
Time to
wait,
load
when,
the
you're
big thumb into
looking,
my-
when you're looking for porn and you find like a video with a girl using a dildo, you get annoyed. You're like, no, I want to see you have a real dick.
Yeah,
inside
no,
you.
exactly.
Yeah.
I
Well,
agree.
it just feels weird. It feels
Yeah.
like some people would get like turned off if they found a guy fucking her because they're like, no, but that's me. That's me.
Yeah, I guess there is. that.
I can't relate to a dildo the same way I
Dildos
can
don't.
relate to a
And then
a real
it's
penis.
really ruined for me, like the fucking machines that like automatically piston in and out.
Yeah, no,
I don't get
that's-
that either.
No, the fucking like Rube Goldberg contraptions
No,
that they
yeah,
have
Jesus,
to put
what
up
the
in order
fuck?
to make it.
I love those things,
What?
but
Oh, are those?
I have my
It's
vape.
really,
I love those
Zins,
things when I was pretending like I was quitting.
Yeah.
Zin pouches.
which I am right now because it's finals fucking 2 weeks. So
Oh,
I
shit,
got,
yeah.
like 2 weeks of shit that's
Hitting
like,
the Nick
constantly
hard then.
But no,
I don't know,
I
it is-
lay off.
No, that's
for
the
a while,
exact
but-
reason why I vape. I always tell myself I'm going to quit, and I'm like, I have something stressful coming up in my life in 5 weeks. So I probably shouldn't quit now because then I'll be more stressed and agitated. That's the excuse that I constantly make for myself.
Honestly, it's like bad for like 3 days, and then afterwards you're like, yeah, it's fine.
Dude, I can't believe I fully quit freshman year of college.
That's
Did
pretty
you?
good.
And yeah,
He did, yeah.
everything.
I remember he
Well,
came
not
back.
so fully, I guess, because you're back now.
Yeah, no, but I was like off, like not touching anything. But then I started ripping cigs with the cafeteria workers.
That's
And it just, mostly it was because I wanted to connect with the working class.
of course, yeah.
It's praxis, yeah.
At a university with the highest average income of a household.
Now,
I was
now nobody can say you live in a bubble because
Mhm.
Yeah, because now you ripped cigs with a bunch of cafeteria
But
workers.
what did help is I would get the chicken tender little meal, and generally speaking, they would throw 1 or 2 extra tenders in with me because
Hell
I
yeah.
would just
So wait, you weren't even a cafeteria worker. You would just go and rip cigs with them.
which is like super like really fun because
Couldn't make friends. Just had to walk around backside of the building and just see some lone cafeteria
Sean's
worker
sitting in the
just
cafeteria
smoking.
alone. A cafeteria worker comes up. He's like, "Do you want to rip a cig with me?"
you're making us sad.
Yeah.
We're being paid minimum wage by a university that could easily pay us $20 an hour,
Bad.
and we feel bad for you.
I like the idea of going up to like a homeless person that's like, you know, like a just obvious homeless person and just being like, just so you know, man, I fucking get it.
I sympathize. I'm right there with you.
Want a cig? No, okay.
I thought you would accept.
I'm pretty broke too.
You want me to buy you like a Cheetos bag or something?
Yeah.
I don't know. Oh,
Yeah.
I just remember.
Yeah.
I remember like it was so weird because when I went over to like Michigan, and stayed in like Ann Arbor.
Voter fraud.
Yeah, so I desperately tried to commit voter fraud. There's
I
like
was just a couple states
2
over.
years ago.
I was in Wisconsin.
Tax plans have been waiting.
2 years ago,
For
I
2
submitted my
years.
early
I was just
for
doing-
2020.
I was just doing door-to-door like fundraisers to raise money for my friend who was wrongfully arrested.
Sorry, Jack. Finish your story.
He was just no.
that's a little too deep.
He was just a
Sean.
guy, that was just doing what was right.
Are you talking about the guy who shot a bunch of people?
Yes, he
Oh,
is.
No, I was just doing a little fundraising.
Yeah, well, I mean, he couldn't do it on GoFundMe because they're a bunch of fucking leftist
Bunch of
evil people. Yeah.
libtards
Yeah.
on GoFundMe.
Anyways,
I
I
hope
was
our
in.
Japanese audience understands that we're joking.
That's why
Oh, naruhodo
this
Uh,
podcast mainly appeals to Japanese people who don't understand American politics. They're like, I see.
We just accidentally red pill a bunch of Japanese.
Yeah.
because
God.
because we're making shitty jokes, we just red pill
yeah.
the fuck out of Japan and
Soka.
Japan's pretty red pilled already, to be
I
honest.
mean,
We got fucking Cowboy Tanaka.
Yeah, Cowboy Tanaka.
well, I mean, why
Right,
would Cowboy
finish your Michigan
Tanaka?
story.
No, I mean
Sorry.
it was.
Well,
I
I
mean,
ruined
all
it.
it was that I bought a bunch of food and handed it out to like homeless people. That was like it was like I bought a bunch of like sandwiches and stuff, and they're like, "What the fuck is this? Just give me money." And I was like, oh, "Okay." And then because like they were like, "Give me money or like cigarettes," and I was like, "Okay." And so then I realized
Why did you do that?
because I just had because like the place that we were staying had a shit ton of like free vouchers that you could get when you were staying there for like a convenience store, and so I was like, oh, well, I'm not going to use these, so I might as well just go into this convenience store and like buy a bunch of sandwiches and then hand them out to the insane amount of homeless people that live in Ann Arbor, even though it's like a college town. I don't know.
Weird.
Yeah, odd story. So not that funny. We could have just continued.
Just kind of
to
sad.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Fucking ex
I did
English
give,
majors.
if we want to talk,
That's all the dance majors.
Just all is fucking homeless.
if we're talking homeless, I've got a lot of good stories.
Oh yeah, well
stories.
you're
I got
Soren-
a couple, but yeah, go.
No, you
no.
you want to go
I-
back and forth and just trade homeless?
I
stories?
have.
Oh, awesome.
I really have one homeless story.
Okay.
Well, then
I
you
have at
start,
least
and then-
3.
good
Okay.
old the good old.
I'll get
homeless
mine out of the
cast.
way, then you go.
Okay, yeah, this is Homeless Cast episode
Homeless
1.
cast,
yeah.
yeah. We
Sorry.
found our two. But my one homeless story it's a short one. I was when I lived in London. Me and my dad, and my sister, we were walking to Camden Market, which is just like this fucking. It's like they have food stalls there, and you can go there on the weekend.
It's like a farmer's market kind of, but
But it's more for like it's less for like getting
English.
produce and more for getting like actual
anything.
food.
Yeah, okay.
Right. And then so we're walking there, and when you're walking there, where you walk from where we live, you walk along a fucking canal, right?
Mhm.
And there's bridges you go under, and there's homeless people under those bridges often.
Yeah.
One time we go under, it's just this homeless dude. And he's like, "You motherfuckers!" And he's slinging rocks at us.
Nice.
And,
He's got a like medieval sling.
I mean, no, he's not. He's just throwing up. But my sister was very young and terrified, and we just we did the thing where like, fuck, you're like, don't look at him. You just fucking
Yeah.
cover your eyes and walk by. But he's like fucking almost hit at us.
keep calm and carry on, right?
He's a crazy person, so like he doesn't have perfect aim, but like
Well, there's a psychological
doing
aspect.
alright.
he almost got a lucky few rocks and he could have hit me in the head.
There's a psychological aspect of like when people are just like, just don't look at him. Like
Yeah.
you cease to like become human
Yeah.
in your own mind.
It's,
So
I
you're
feel
like,
so bad when I do that,
Yeah.
but like it's
It
all you
happens
can
all
do
the
with the
time.
crazy ones. Yeah.
well, like, but most people like they eventually get that way because enough people just ignore them that they're like, well, if I do,
Yeah,
I have to do
that's the
something
fucked up
crazy.
part.
Yeah.
Probably
Performance.
it's a positive feedback loop. Or the more crazy you are, the more likely you are to be ignored. The more likely you are to just fucking be isolated and become
Yeah.
crazier. Anyways, that's
Yeah.
my quick homeless story.
Like, what are you gonna do though? Call the cops on him and
Throw rocks right back.
yeah, play with him. Yeah,
Yeah, get a fucking baseball
with
and
it.
play some.
Yeah.
Or a baseball bat, rather.
Yeah. I fucking-
No, get a baseball and cancel it.
Hey,
out.
baseball.
I played catch with rocks with my cousin once when we were throwing them across the street at each other, and he fucking missed catching one, and it fucking hit him in the fucking eyebrow.
Nice.
And I got in trouble for it.
When I was
I'm
like-
the bad guy.
I
We
was
were
like-
both playing rock catch together.
When I was
and I'm the
6
bad
or
guy
7,
for
I
him
threw-
missing the catch.
I threw a rock at a kid, and my mom was like, "Why did you do that?" Why? Because he's fat.
That's fair.
No,
You were
knew
the
from-
founder of Fat People.
from a
Hate.
young
Yeah, I'm
age.
the founder of the Fat People Hate subreddit. Just so you know.
I just like that was still. Did we talk about this? That exists. That was a thing. That like
No,
enough
yeah.
people banded together and were like, we
Hate
hate fat
fat
people
people.
so much that I'm just gonna take pictures of them and be like, look at this
I-
fucking pig
yeah.
piece of
Dude,
shit.
that's like have you seen Hold My Fries?
Yeah.
The subreddit? It's basically fat people
Yeah.
hate, but they just like wear like a mask. Being like,
Yeah.
No, it's funny
They hide
because
their
they're
spite a little
hurting
bit.
themselves.
Yeah, no, that's the thing. The Fat People Hate did that too. We're like, look, we're actually helping them. We're showing them that they're unhealthy and that they should lose weight. Like, these people are like, oh, I'm unhealthy right now.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't know.
No one who's fat like is
Thank
just
you
like,
for inspiring me.
Thanks
by
for inspiring me by
calling
calling
me a whale.
me a piece of shit. Yeah.
By
No one who's
saying
fat
that you
is,
hate
like-
me. I'm
yeah.
so inspired right now.
It's just hard as shit to lose weight, and then like I don't know, like some people just whatever. It's
Yeah.
like regardless, but there was just a group of people that's like, this is so good that we're gonna make it. Like in Reddit, like on the whole, leans pretty left, but the idea of subreddits means that you can have.
It leans like centrist lib, I'd say.
Very,
Yeah.
very lib. Yeah.
Well,
But-
the popular page leans left.
Yeah, but then you get to like certain sub communities that are very
Mhm.
specifically targeted towards like, weird things. Like I mean, it's also like
attracts
ones
a
that
certain kind of people.
yeah, ones that you wouldn't expect. Like NoFap is just like red pilled as shit, and so
Yeah.
you also what's it called? Like the
Yeah.
small penis subreddit. That one's pretty good.
They're
There's a bunch that are just like
incels.
yeah, just a bunch of like weird incel subreddits. It's great.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, dude.
Dude, RCFB is surprisingly right wing.
RCFB.
What is-
College football.
Oh.
It's the only one that I ever
Surprisingly?
commented.
The college like the frat one, super right.
Why is that
Or
surprising?
At
to
least.
you?
At least like the
No
it's
way.
just surprising to me because I mostly surf popular if I go on Reddit.
Okay.
The reason I have Reddit on my phone is because it's really good for porn. Like,
It is. It is.
Okay.
I
The trick is,
What is
my trick is I have like a few
I've-
subreddits I rotate through, and I go top this month,
Yeah.
and then
yeah.
if you have like 30 porn subreddits, and you go to one, and just sort by top this month, you're getting good shit
yeah.
every
Yeah,
day.
and then you're so
And
you're
then you
doing
cycle
the
back.
month.
What,
Yeah.
what is the
That's
advantage
porn
of
anymore.
like a porn subreddit versus actual like porn?
Finding a video,
it's
so-
curated.
It's curated.
It's
Yeah,
UI
it's,
on like
um,
Pornhub is worse for phone, and then like
I mean,
it's curated is the big part, and then like fucking like sometimes you don't want like when I'm watching porn, like I often don't watch just one vid. I fucking go through many. Like
course.
so when if it's a subreddit that's just like some gifs, it's more suited towards that
If
kind of porn
like,
consumption. It's
who-
the highlight reel.
Who
true, yeah.
is the person who's watching porn and watches the whole video, like from the first second to the last second of the video?
Especially like
Who
the
is doing
46-minute.
Yeah.
yeah.
No one.
Stepbrother catches me stuffed in the drive.
Well, like I
If you're the
honestly
person
am just,
doing that.
Who's
You're
watching
a fucking,
46 minutes?
You're a
of that?
sociopath.
I would
Yeah.
love to watch one of those all the way through just to see how they fill 46 minutes. I mean,
you know how they fill it. They fill it with sex.
What's the end look like? What is like? How do they take a bow at the end? Like, is
I
there
do
like
like
a wrap
that
up of the
sometimes that,
story?
like,
I do see
the
the
dude
ends,
just
yeah.
brutally fucks
That's
a
important.
girl, and then like somehow at the end they think it would be a good idea for the girl to be like, "Thank you,
That's good.
all the
thanks for coming in my eye."
like the first time, like first porn appearance, like
Yeah, the casting
couch
18 years
Sometimes
old.
when I'm watching it, I'm like, all right, let's see how they get from the plot into the fucking, right? Because normally you just skip ahead to the
yeah,
fucking,
no,
right?
that's
So
the
it's
important
like-
part to
So,
me as
so
well.
it's like fucking like dude fucks like his kid's babysitter, right? So I'm like watching like how do they get from that to him fucking the babysitter,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So they're just talking, and then there's no transition at all. It's like cause
All of a sudden his cock is
Well,
just out.
because it's on the
it's this
site.
hard jump cut to them
It's
fucking.
on the website that
Sometimes.
it's from mostly.
But it's not always a jump cut, right? Sometimes he literally like they're just talking, and he's like, "Well, I gotta fuck you now," because like when they do this, like it's clearly like not scripted, right? Like they clearly just get these people,
Yeah.
and they're like, "All right, you're like a babysitter or some bullshit." Right, and then you did something wrong. I don't know.
Yeah, you gave the baby like
For some reason, you
I do-
masturbated in his bedroom.
I do love the idea. Like, there's some porn actors that are actually trying to like
Yeah.
make the scene work.
Oh yeah, you
and, like,
know
some-
there's porn actors
enhance
out
the
there
industry.
who see that and they're like, these people are not fucking committed to the craft.
we gotta enhance the industry. We gotta up our levels. And I don't appreciate that. I don't appreciate good acting in my porn.
Are you kidding? Okay, so for the
I-
most part, I actually like the reason why hentai is always preferable, just because
Of course.
Always, every time.
it's a fantasy that is specifically like melded where it's like, no, this is
They
happening.
don't have to act. Yeah.
Yeah, they don't have to act. But in like a porno, I like casting way better than like most other genres, just because that's like an actual person, just like in their they're just like, I decided to do this because I can make some money, and then they're just
And
doing
I
it.
Don't make any money.
That's the
And-
reason why I hate casting, because it's just people being abused and manipulated.
Yeah.
They're making money though.
You know, there's like 6,000 cases with this one company.
Isn't it girls do porn?
Girls do porn.
Yeah,
I think you're
yeah.
allowed to talk
For
about
our
like,
viewers, yeah.
They would
let's
In case
go.
you want to know.
they would tell them that they were doing like a
Towards
bikini
my-
modeling shoot.
Yeah.
And then they would fly them out to California and be like, okay, what you're actually going to do is suck this
Yeah.
cock
Here.
and like do full facial shit. And they'd be like, actually, I don't want to do that. And they're like, well, now you have to pay for your
Yeah,
plane
now you're
ticket."
just stuck
Oh
here.
shit, that's
Yeah.
awful.
That's fucking,
Yeah.
And
that's
it's
dirty
just
shit.
so fucked up because I mean, like I don't know. I've watched a lot of girls do porn. I didn't know about that. That's too bad because it always just seemed like they went out there.
Well,
and it's like I guess I
I
can.
I just remember seeing comments on when I would go to my 30 porn subreddits on my monthly cycle. I would see comments on them. It's like, wow, girls do porn always has the hottest actors, but they always look so bored.
Yeah.
And now in context,
I mean, well, also there's
because they were essentially being coerced. They were being raped. And
no, but there is there's always the thing where they're just like, oh, like what's it called? Whatever. They're just like, so why'd you want to do this? They're like money, or they're just like, well, you know, I got a free flight out here, and then it's like, yeah, that's pretty cool.
I've
You like
made
in
it to LA.
yeah, you
now.
like in Vegas.
Dude, and
It's-
I remember one of those girls porn videos. They fucked a girl the day she turned 18.
Oh.
There's multiple of those.
That's what
where
you
they're just
gotta
like,
do.
Congratulate. See, isn't it just an
Like they show
arbitrary
them
number
fucking
though?
ID.
If you
Yeah,
can-
I was gonna say there's something funny about them, like maybe like as they're doing like this setup, they just
Yeah.
hand to like her birth certificate.
do like a compilation of like her childhood before she turned 18,
Yeah, it's a lot of
and then all of a sudden it's like, bam!
She holds the birth certificate in front of her pussy and they just bust through.
Like, that's a legal document. You might need that for something.
No,
You can get another birth certificate.
Yeah,
like
you
this,
can print
this
one
shot's
off.
gold.
And why will you be needing to get a new birth certificate, man?
Because the cock
Because
busted.
Yeah.
I slammed it into my pussy. I'm sorry.
I don't know, but yeah. So
Sorry, Judge.
that kind of puts a damper on it. I always liked it more where they were just like, I've never done this before, but I need the money, and I wanted. But
That's what I like.
When it was very cool when they were just saying they needed
They were just desperate for
Because
It
of
was
money.
way cooler when they were just poor.
Poor women
now I-
looking for a way out.
Now I can't
now
do
that
it
I know
all.
they're getting tricked.
I
thought they were being-
Before I just thought
When there's
they
an
were
honest
in
transaction,
dire financial straits.
when there's an honest transaction, when there's
Sure,
a
yeah.
well, you can trade money for goods and services,
Yeah.
and the service is
Yeah, you
sucking
gotta
my
remember
cock.
Jack's a libertarian.
I do like when
I get off
women-
on the idea of a true libertarian
got the-
porn.
I get
True
off on the idea of
libertarian.
mutually beneficial transactions.
I really like the idea of just desperation. Just
Yeah.
like
Smelling
it always really turns me
desperation.
on when they're like,
No,
I
I-
have no other option.
No, I like it because
Yeah.
they're young entrepreneurs that see their value and see that they
Yeah.
can make
Convert
a
that.
good amount, make $1,000 to $5,000 a day if they play their cards right. I enjoy that aspect of it.
Yeah, do you
I
get
think it's-
tipped for doing porn? Is
No
that a
way.
thing?
Are you fucking kidding me?
Dude,
No.
can you imagine getting that tip?
Yeah. You're one of these girls who gets like blackmailed into fucking this dude on girls do porn and then
So
afterwards
bad
like
stands
you
up.
did so great.
Here's $23.
Yeah.
Here's
That's
his
what I had
body,
in my
yeah, and he
wallet.
he takes out his wallet and just throws his money on you.
Hell yeah, dude.
That's that's not. Well, I mean, there's a really interesting documentary about like the amateur porn industry that's mainly focused around
The one Mark Wahlberg stars in.
I don't think so. I might have missed him.
I
but,
Sasha
that would be
Grey.
funnier if I remember the name of that movie.
The Big Short.
Yeah.
No, but I just there's like a fucking one.
Sex is
It's just about
That was
like
biased,
all of these
but-
girls who are like they go out to fucking wherever and they're just like, oh yeah, I'm making all my own money. Like I didn't graduate high school, but like I'm doing great. I'm loving it. And then like they slowly but surely realize that their only value is like the first month that they have because they're amateurs, and then after that they're completely worthless unless they're doing like really hardcore stuff. And it's a pretty sad documentary.
Yeah.
But that's
Yeah.
why I masturbate to hentai, because it's ethical.
It's
ethical.
ethical.
Look at some
How many people like is it like because I just watch pretty like vanilla porn, I would say.
Sure, yeah.
How many like why is it so valuable to get your ass fucked by 3 dicks at once?
Because people will pay for that.
don't-
If
it's-
they,
Oh, okay.
Well,
And
because,
also,
like,
it's porn
behind a
addiction
paywall.
where like eventually you're just getting off on the Genesee, right? Like I don't masturbate that much anymore, but fucking like freshman year of college, like I was fucking going down that, right?
You
Fucking
need like more level of stimulation
most-
to get
the
to
most
get the
depraved shit I could find. But yeah, now I just type in doggy POV on Pornhub. And that's
and
Nice.
that's
You get
that's
where you
all
need
it
to
This
go.
feels like an AA meeting.
Having
No, but-
sex with the dog, Pornhub. Oh, no!
When I say doggy, you misunderstand.
I don't think Pornhub does.
There's a lot
Fly
of
'em in.
allegations of like stuff where people would like be recorded as underage and like they would upload them to Pornhub, and it's like, how much verification can you do as
Yeah.
Pornhub?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, 'cause like most anyone can upload to Pornhub.
Yeah,
So
it's
you're
like YouTube.
obviously not requiring IDs from these like the participants of the video. You're not requiring like age verification from them. So I honestly believe those kinds of
We should,
allegations.
Yeah,
It's
well,
like-
I mean, we should try to set up a Pornhub account right now.
Yeah, and
Very
throw all our
clever.
podcasts on there.
yeah.
I should
Yeah.
link the RSS feed. That
To-
that feels
to
like a
Pornhub.
major market we're missing out on.
Yeah.
The Pornhub market. Yeah. Any of our listeners
I
on
see it.
Pornhub would know.
They're just like, well, I looked up Elon Musk to find a man who kind of looks like him.
And I
Well,
just
you know
found
what?
this
You know what? I was
podcast.
like half chub, but now I'm just gonna listen to this podcast.
And jerk off at the same time. Anyways, because that's
Yeah.
that's what I do. I listen to podcasts and masturbate.
I can only really watch VTuber porn now that of VTubers that I don't watch.
I know, yeah, no,
yeah,
that's
no,
the
I
thing.
totally agree now.
You turn
Like,
around.
I turned around on
You
that
lost
idea because
Yeah,
Every
I
time,
was
every
Jack-
time, Sean, we come back to VTuber.
Earlier-
I don't want to talk.
in the first episode. Jack was talking about going to the VTuber porn subreddit,
This is
and
a
I'm
good
like,
time for me to pee
I can't,
because I have
I
nothing
can't
to contribute.
sympathize with
Godspeed.
that because I like watched them and I'm like, I consider them to be like the same as like a streamer to me, where it's like this is a person
Yeah.
that is behind
the,
this avatar.
the moment you've
but
seen
still-
them like cry on stream, you're just like, I can't
jerk off
watch
to
you
it.
just like get pounded by another VTuber with the strap on. I can, and I did, but I won't
I
anymore.
didn't like it as much
I
as I
didn't
could have.
enjoy it
Yeah.
anymore.
Now it just feels wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. I'm glad you've turned around. I'm glad you've seen the light, Jack.
And
the light.
that will end our weekly VTuber
No.
section.
Oh, trust me, it's
No.
coming back.
We'll
All
bring
right,
it up
Tage,
again.
what's been on your mind lately?
Transitioning out of this.
Yes.
Well, you're gonna turn to me. I don't know. I've just been fucking studying.
Tage, we have to make you
I've
contribute to the podcast so
Yeah.
people know you're still
Tage,
here.
Yeah.
Look, I
Alright.
joked one time that if everyone's out of the money, it's you. But at this rate,
Yeah.
We're gonna be
Words-
the guy who
words
provides us
per
house.
minute.
we're still gonna do it here. But you're not allowed to be in the podcast.
Tage, I appreciate because he provides
No,
like
shut the fuck up.
whatever. I was just gonna say that like everything you do say is like adds to the conversation as opposed to me that just fills air most of the time.
Yeah, like right now.
Anyways, Tage, how was your fucking week?
How was my week? Well, I kind of tried to think about doing the challenge, but I mean,
I didn't
I kind of tried
I
to
didn't
think
consider
about
it for
doing
a
it.
second
but
that I was going to do the
I
challenge.
considered it. But when I saw that text, I was like, all right. When Phineas was like, "Oh, are we still doing the challenge?"
Yeah, that's because
I was thinking about
that's
it,
because
but
I
then
fucking
there was
that
no-
day I went down.
Yeah.
I'm like, do we have any Diet Coke left? I saw there's none. I'm
And
like,
then okay,
do I commit to the challenge or not?
Yeah. But then I was like, yeah, it's more effort than it's worth right now, and this week is gonna
You
be
couldn't-
this week is gonna be stressful.
The amount
right
of
now.
shit you were giving me, and then you're like, I didn't do any of it.
Yeah, I know. That's I was mostly just seeing if you could do it. You know, it's just a selfish experimenter.
Well, it was
you know,
just
like, oh wait, can you do it?
it's literally like if I wasn't like having those vices, I would just be more productive, I suppose.
Yeah.
I wasn't more productive.
You weren't.
Did
No.
you just find other vices?
I
to
watched
take
a lot of YouTube. I watched video essays.
It is
and
interesting.
video essays fucking piss me off. I fucking cannot stand video essays. They'll say the most obvious shit with this sense of like self-importance. Like they're saying like the most profound shit in the world.
No.
It's like, shut the fuck up.
Like, what
Video essays are
were you
bullshit
bitch?
because anybody can make them and they're so easy to make. So whenever anybody talks with any sort of authority, they talk
Yeah.
like
If
they're
you have
like,
good editing and a nice speaking voice, you can
Yeah.
succeed as someone who makes video essays.
it's true.
You don't have to say anything
But
about it.
That's
what's
because
like,
95% of the people that you're talking to are R-worded.
Excuse me, Sean?
Would you like to? We've
Would you
said
like
the
to
word
elaborate?
retard on air before.
Just now.
95% of people who watch video essays are retarded. Thank you.
Sean,
What
we
kind of
showed you
video
the
essays?
breakdown that we got like a quarter of our listeners are Japanese. Fucking 80% of our listeners are fully retarded.
Yeah,
Everyone
and that's
who's
fucking
not
demographic.
Japanese.
Ah, now to hold
and
on.
that's why
Yeah.
they're listening.
It's 20% Japanese, 80% retarded.
It's us included.
Us included, yeah.
One of us is not retarded in this room. The other one,
Who's
the other
that?
4
Is it
are.
me? Am I the not retarded one?
No,
That's
we've
not-
already
no.
established you
Phineas,
are.
that's for all of us to think. We all think that
Yeah.
we're.
We all have
Yeah,
to think
it's-
we're not the one. That's
it's
the
true.
gambler's fallacy or whatever it's called. The
Yeah.
hangman's gambit.
Phineas retarded sus. Am I
get
right?
Get those Among Us keywords.
Among Us keywords in here.
Wait,
Yeah.
this is doing an Among Us
yeah,
podcast.
can you title this fucking Among Us Fall Guys?
Yeah.
Can we just get that fucking money already?
I mean, it's like it is funny though because I specifically was thinking about titling the last one. It was like I was gonna title it something about like Hims Brew, and I was like, no, Elon Musk has way more traction.
And we talked about it
That's
after.
good.
We're like, oh, we fucked up. Hims does hair loss, not dick pills. I looked it up later. They do dick pills too.
Oh!
Our joke did scan, boys.
That's the funniest thing I've
Not
heard
that
all
anyone
day.
listening would ever think about that.
So they do hair loss, but they
Hair
also
loss
like
and
diversify
dick
it, and they're like, okay,
Yeah.
this is gonna make some money.
That just
Viagra-
feels like
Viagra-
they're doing.
yeah.
Yeah, that just feels like
Viagra
they're
just
doing.
got generic. We're gonna fucking go into this.
Jump into dick.
That just
And
feels
so
like
I
they're
think
doing
that's a
every
pretty
They're
single.
not in the hair loss industry. They're not in the dick pill industry. They're in the
Male
podcast
enhancement.
sponsorship.
That is
Hims-
generic.
Soon they're gonna start doing fucking ebooks.
Hims, if
I
you listen to our podcast, you'd know we're big fans.
Mr. Him.
Mr. Him.
Mr. Him.
If you make Hims brew, you fucking know it.
You owe us.
You know what we're
We
gonna
will
do
sue
about
the
that.
shit out of you.
I think that's a good segue into our next sponsor, which is BetterHelp.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you
It's
want
mental health.
counseling from somebody who's literally the same as typing a Reddit comment out? Go to BetterHelp.
Do you not have any friends that you can talk about your problems with? Why not just pay someone?
Pay someone to be your friend.
What is BetterHelp?
Uh,
Elaborate. 'Cause I have
It's
no idea.
it's a company where you just get therapy, but you do it in an online form. And they had a big issue a couple months ago where
Because they're not like
most of their therapists weren't.
most
Yeah,
of their
they
therapists
weren't
weren't actually
therapists.
therapists.
They're
They were just
dudes,
dick dudes just being like, "I'll listen to you complain about your shitty life."
Yeah, and but it's
That sounds
So
like
that-
such a
so-
good job.
What I wanted to point out.
yeah, you should kill yourself.
What I did want to point out was that BetterHelp is kind of like, changing their tune. They figured out, that's not really the way to go. And so what they're doing is they're prescribing, coincidentally, our other sponsor, Blue Chew.
So,
Hell yeah.
Yeah, we're sponsored by BetterHelp.
We're
So,
sponsored by-
Blue Chew.
Go to Blue Chew and enter the promo code Brown Bricks to get
yeah, or Brown Bricks 20.
It'll charge you an extra 20%.
yeah,
So in joke for those Cumtown
But
fans
I thought it was
out
really
there.
cool. I thought it was really cool that BetterHelp did that because they're doing something where instead of getting therapy, they're just going to make your dick hard.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
99% of the
That would-
people
yeah,
who went to BetterHelp.
BetterHelp realized, like, all right, we can't do the unlicensed therapy. What if instead of marketing ourselves towards depressed people, we market ourselves towards people with erectile dysfunction?
It turns out the
No, I
Venn
think we just-
diagram of those demographics is pretty much a circle at this point.
Do you guys think an octopus would be good at playing the keyboard?
At having sex
Keyboard
with
no.
itself.
Keyboard?
I don't think.
I don't think so.
Or
It's-
just like the piano?
I think there's two.
No.
there's
Well,
two
in
things.
that case,
I got into a really
Keyboard,
big argument
no.
with somebody about that because they were like, it would be so good. It has so
What
many arms.
fucking moron tried to argue
Yeah,
this?
it was absolute fucking moron, right? I was just like, oh, it has
but
8
it has
arms.
8. Yeah, exactly. We have 10.
We have
fingers.
10 digits.
Yeah.
That's like
it has
asking-
1 digit per arm.
No,
Like,
yeah.
it can reach further, but like that's not the way a piano is designed.
Yeah, and
Not
it doesn't
reach further.
sound good if it-
Octopi are not that good.
No,
at
but I
reaching.
also
I mean,
think
yeah,
like,
relative to its body size.
That's
but
like
our body
saying-
size is way better.
that's like saying, what if you had 8 arms but all of your hands were cut off? Would that make you a better piano player? It's like
Yeah.
no.
But what about a squid? So that's where things get kind of fishy.
No,
Fuck up.
squids have less hands.
No, squids have 10 arms.
So at
Well,
most
that-
it could
So
match
at
us.
most it can match, but it can. If
not.
it
It
had
can reach like the
if
weight.
you had a squid-sized piano, hear me out.
Okay.
All right, it's-
If you had a squid-sized piano,
No,
Then-
you got me. Yeah.
now I understand.
potentially it could reach more of the keys and play different,
Sure.
stuff that we can't do. An
Obviously.
octopus is like that's asking,
It's asking too much.
way too much.
I mean, look, I don't know much about piano. I'm not musically inclined. But I feel like reaching notes further away, like individual notes further away, is not that valuable because you're playing like chords, right?
Well, you
so
can-
like,
yeah,
Yeah.
those are like
So, like,
Yeah,
getting
but you've seen
getting far away is not
You
that.
can literally
valuable.
imagine a fucking octopus on a piano. It's not doing what you want it to
Well,
do.
I'm assuming it has
Yeah,
intelligence.
assuming it has training.
no.
Assuming it has training, it's still not doing what
I'm
you want it to
assuming
do.
that like its intelligence and ability to understand music is not an issue. I'm assuming we're talking purely about
We're
like
just
the
anatomical.
physical
Yeah,
capabilities.
Mozart has his brain transplanted into an octopus.
I
Is
don't-
he better or worse off?
I don't think that having a longer reach opens up that much
No.
more
The
musical.
music will be
possibilities.
different though. The music will
It'd be
it'd be like
different.
more octave, like bass, like
Yeah,
a,
it's true.
like a fucking 1 and
Fucking
1 octave and like
octopus
a 3 and then a 5.
music.
It might be interesting though.
No,
It-
we
but it'll
already
be different.
canceled octopuses. They're canceled.
Squid
Alright, but
music.
Squid music.
Yeah. So you would have a longer reach and you can play like different octaves at the same time, right? So like it could be like a fucking
Is it
you
dumb?
know,
I have
a
one
fucking
after
nice
this.
little
Okay.
squid music.
Octopus, squid, what the fuck ever, right? Hear me out on this. Imagine a millipede-sized piano.
Okay, wait. So does it have 2 different pianos on like the
On either
sides?
side, yeah.
Because it
Yeah,
can't like
side.
turn.
Whoa.
Yeah.
So if it's a millipede, it only has at most 500 options.
True.
Yeah,
Because-
that's so
Oh,
small.
Only 500. Think about the pot. You play every note.
But
Easy peasy.
At once, yes, but think about the reach. It has those little arms.
Well,
sticking
it
out.
doesn't
But a
need to
millipede
reach.
sized piano.
It doesn't need to reach its body and each of its limbs is
Lines
already.
up
It's at every note
At
already.
the length of the piano.
We're saying that the
500
piano
different notes.
is the length of the millipede, and the notes are spaced out the
Okay.
same space as its
I
legs.
didn't mean to ruin your
Let's
guys'
get into
podcast.
physiology about
Well,
millipedes
you did.
real quick.
Sorry, you said phrenology?
Yeah, phrenology. Millipede phrenology. You know, there's certain types of millipedes. They're not so inclined to piano as regular millipedes
We
would be.
looked at the skulls.
We looked at the millipede
Well,
skulls.
there's certain
and
millipede skulls
there's a
with
bump.
certain. Yeah, there's a
fucking
bump. Yeah, there's the notch that makes those millipedes definitely a lot better at twitch muscle reflexes.
These millipedes can run a lot faster.
You know, sometimes you feel like in your millipede life you're doing okay, and then you see this young Chinese millipede that's already a master.
Chinese millipede.
It's already mastered the fucking violin.
This Chinese millipede is playing 10 violins at once with all of its arms.
Yeah.
So I was just thinking, millipedes, they probably don't know how to move their legs separate of each other. You have so many legs to keep track of. You literally can't.
No,
control
only the ones with the
anything.
notches in their skull.
Those ones are unable to do.
When's the last time you've seen an African
You're trying to
millipede?
come up with
An African
you're trying to come
millipede.
up with anything to like make the joke work, but at the same time not just be complete racist. It was
No, it is. At
one
this
of the,
point-
oh, I know it is, but it was
As soon as
probably
we
one
brought
of the
up
best
phrenology.
moments of my life. It was
Oh,
Wink,
yeah.
wink, listeners, if you know what we're talking about.
Sugoi.
Naruhodo.
I heard the millipedes actually have 1,488 legs.
Penises.
I feel like different species.
So they can fuck 140,000 women who got coerced there via flights. Girls do porn. Has
Girls do
nothing
porn.
on-
Millipede edition.
Millipedes do porn.
Sorry, Sean. You were saying something dumb.
You're saying
Saying
some
something
dumb
that wasn't
bullshit
funny
that none of
at
us give
all.
a shit about.
Yeah.
So say it.
It was something about millipedes. It was something about being a segmented individual. I think I would kind of enjoy that.
Yeah, being like
Being
Like,
a millipede.
2 parts, like
because
or
you have like your head, your
Like
anthrax, your
each
thorax.
like a millipede is, you said like what, 1048?
Yeah, like
yes,
the
let's
game.
go with
I
that.
said 1488 as a joke, which I don't think anyone got.
Oh, you did. That's pretty good.
Damn, now that you mentioned it, it's not funny.
But just
Wow,
having
well,
like
30 minutes cut out of this podcast. Just kidding, it's staying in.
We already had to cut out when Ethan said the N-word.
Yeah, we already bleeped that.
Sorry,
Yeah,
Sean.
wink,
Go on with
wink.
your racist millipede thought.
No, I would kind of like to be segmented.
Yeah, it would be pretty neat. I mean,
I think I'd like being African. I think I'd fit in better.
Yeah, South African.
Yeah. Sorry for the listeners, but Phineas is black.
Yeah.
We didn't.
yeah, he's African American.
Well,
actually,
last episode we established I'm actually a tomboy, big titty girl.
Yeah,
and
no,
now
that
you
is
know
true.
that I'm black too.
Wow, so we're all just racist because we thought
To be
Phineas
honest,
the young girl was just a man.
I've never seen Phineas's dick. I don't know. Maybe
Yeah.
he is a tomboy
Girl
girl.
binder for my titties, so you haven't seen those either.
Well, those
The
are
robot.
those are-
Yeah.
Oh, it's got
Oh,
quite an
yeah.
eyebrow now. I don't remember
Yeah.
seeing
Honestly,
Well,
that's an
this
artistic.
This is a really
the
good.
unibrow on the
visual bit.
on
Yeah, this is
the
a really
robot.
good visual bit for this
I
auditory
did not think that was.
podcast.
I didn't enjoy that. I wish he.
No, but I did admire
Caesar.
Ethan's resolve
That
and
was pretty
and
good
making
craftsmanship.
Resolve,
Um,
yeah.
even making a fucking thing while we're having a party or fucking
You know what? Fuck
Halloween
Ethan.
costume.
Fuck him.
Where'd he go? What,
This
I
is
wouldn't see him.
the we hate.
This
Ethan
is the
part.
we
Yeah.
hate
I mean,
Ethan
if he
Cat.
hadn't
Where'd he
just
go?
come in from work and just said the N word right away, maybe
Yeah,
I would
maybe
cut him
we
some
would-
slack.
maybe-
Like I thought Ethan was
respected.
pretty chill. I thought he was fucking on our side. You know, like saying the N word, yelling, "Build that wall." It's like that's past Ethan. We're past the wall.
The wall was not ever going to happen.
That's not in the public discourse anymore.
I want to see Biden build that wall. I want to see.
Yeah,
Biden-
Biden's like, now that I'm in here, we're building the wall, baby.
Biden's gonna give it a positive spin. He's like, he's building a wall. Keep all these immigrants in. He loves them.
You can't
We
go
don't
back.
let them leave.
Yeah. He's like, I just love minorities
gonna-
so much. I'm building walls around them.
We're gonna chase you to the wall, and you live there.
Yeah.
You live at the wall,
We live on the wall like
That'd
some
be
sort
a-
of vulture.
like it's fucking.
That'd be a fucking
like it's
cool
District
dystopian
9.
movie where there's a fucking border wall, but that's like where like 90% of the population lives, and it's like impoverished. It's
Come on, like in
That'd
the
be-
wall.
that'd be-
what
they
do
live
you mean?
on
Right,
the
there's
wall.
children
On the wall.
young adults,
They're all
not
handed in
him.
there, and then the nations are open up to the 1%.
It's like what's
Have
it
you guys
called?
seen World War Z?
Yeah, I read the
I'm
book.
thinking of the next Snowpiercer now, and you guys are just hating.
That There's another
That is the
Snowpiercer.
next
There's two of
fucking-
them.
Yeah, but I'm
They
thinking
make
of the
another
third
one?
one.
No, what's the one that's like the Hunger Games ripoff? Fucking
Oh, like
Oh,
Divergent?
Battle Royale.
Divergent. Yeah, Divergent. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the one.
Oh,
That's
shit,
what
yeah,
that
Divergent.
reminds me of. I read those books.
I was just thinking about how it was really cool in World War Z how Israel was prepared for it.
The
And-
walls of Jericho.
Yeah, and the reason that they were prepared for it, like they did like an explanation in the movie, and they were interviewing like the Jewish prime minister or whatever.
Netanyahu.
Yeah, they were interviewing like whatever Netanyahu guy.
Yeah.
And they were like, "Why did you guys know that this was real?" And they were like, "We've been fucked so many times, right in the ass." Like that was their explanation, which was like, "Hey, do you remember the Holocaust?"
That was like zombies. That was like Nazi zombies to us.
Yeah.
We did the Nazi zombies back in the Holocaust, and we're
Can I
doing
have
it again.
a taste of one?
Yeah.
Yeah. Little
Whichever.
I just want a little.
Little snifter.
You know, when you think about the current political landscape and how blindly these people listen to Trump, it's kind of like Nazi zombies is real.
That's
It's
You
true.
ever think about
Yeah.
that?
You guys
The
didn't let
next-
me tell my homeless story.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Your 3 homeless stories, yeah.
Sure.
I have 3. I already told you guys about when I almost got robbed. I've certainly told you that.
Oh
You
yeah,
say
yeah,
it-
yeah.
you-
With the, in
Daily
subway
occurrence
at
and
the
stuff.
airport.
Oh,
Yeah.
God.
Oh, yeah. You gotta say it on the
This one's
podcast.
fucking
Dog, say it.
Holy
You want me to
shit.
say it on the
Sure,
podcast?
fuck it.
I can skip that one.
No.
Have I told you about the time when the guy grabbed my arm?
Maybe not.
Like, I had my window down in my car.
Oh
I
no,
don't
no,
think
damn.
Damn your arm. Sorry. I think it sounds interesting. I'm sorry.
Would it be better for the pod? I feel like it's a.
Just tell it.
Doesn't matter.
I
You
feel
know
like-
what's bad for the pod? The fucking dead air you're creating.
Yeah, I'm creating a lot of dead air. Jack, do you think it would be better if I talked about the old homeless story of when I almost got robbed on the metro?
Tell both, because you're never getting on again.
Yeah.
No,
so-
wait,
sorry.
what's the
As a guest,
alternative?
The alternative is when a man grabbed my arm through my car window when I had it down when it was hot out because my AC didn't work.
I think you just told the alternative, so go for the first one.
Well, the alternative.
Yeah, what else
yeah.
could happen there, to be honest?
Yeah, well, he just came up and grabbed my arm and asked me if I would pray for him, and
Yeah.
I was just like,
You're like, no, you fucking fundy, you piece of shit.
Yeah, no, and I just was like, well,
He was
what?
just singing Kendrick Lamar.
The problem was I said to what God, and that cost a lot.
that really
What
torqued
happened
him
there?
off.
Like what?
No, dude just came up. I was like really close to my apartment. My AC doesn't work in my car, so it was like August, and I was like, oh, I'll just sit at this stoplight like I always do. And there's a homeless, like, you think
A
Omaha's-
homeless.
You think homeless has had? I meant to say you think Omaha has like homeless problems. You think homeless has Omaha problems?
To
Not
be
the
fair,
same
homeless
way.
does have big Omaha problems.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Well, yeah, fuck it. We agreed that Omaha, Nebraska is not a big deal.
Oh, are we trying to hide our identities on this?
Well, not completely,
Oh,
but
A last name.
We're not trying to make it easy for these.
for these
For these
Japanese.
For
I like how we only talk to our Japanese listeners. Only refer
Yeah,
to
it's like
them.
fucking 12% of them.
Yeah, we don't give a fuck about any of these fucking
Everyone else.
tankies who listen.
And
Yeah, eat a dick.
You just grabbed my arm and was like, will you pray for me? And I was like, I guess. And then he was like, do you have any money for me? And I was like, no, because I never do. Especially for them.
Especially for these homeless.
If you look homeless, I won't give you money. If you look like you're just on hard times, I'll give you $5.
Well, you have a chance of bouncing back.
Yeah,
it's like an investment.
Yeah.
Homeless is the abyss.
Yeah, I'll throw 20. I'll throw 20 to a guy at the gas station.
Yeah.
That's like, I just need to get it in my gas tank.
It's like
My
I'm
sister only
investing.
gave money to
Once
homeless
you're
guys
home-
who had dogs.
Oh, that's fair.
Once you're homeless, you have it's like the 6th layer of the abyss and made an abyss, where the moment that you go back, you lose all of your humanity. So you can't become
Just
get
like
squished.
that.
Yeah,
back
you just have
into
to stay homeless.
You turn
yeah.
into a furry, or
Right,
you
Sean?
turn into a blob.
Yeah.
One of those two.
You know that anime.
Is that
Yeah.
is that show actually good though?
No,
Yeah, it's
it
pretty good.
sucks.
No, it's
Manga.
great.
No, but
It's fantastic.
It's
I
perfect
watched, like, the
world building.
first
But
four
let's not.
pedophiles.
We're not gonna stop his story for
If you
Sean.
like
doesn't
Made
know
in
anime.
Abyss, you're a
You didn't-
pedophile.
You didn't let me finish the best part of the story. Was
Sorry.
that I told him I had no money, and it was true because I don't have cash ever
Yeah.
in this day and age.
It's
And
the future, old man.
yeah, I was like,
When are fucking homeless people gonna get Venmo? Come on.
dude, that would be so great. Just a homeless person with like their Venmo at.
Hey, I know you fucking have shit in your Venmo.
Yeah.
Don't fucking lie to me.
I know you.
I
They
know
have a
you just
card.
bought for people, so I know you have
I
like
feel like this
17
is a
bucks.
skit on
But-
something, but like I like the idea of a homeless person having like a card reader on them.
Yeah.
I feel like that's hack and's been done before, but I don't recall where.
But it's not hack if you make it funny.
It's
and
not
don't-
hack
I think
if
it
you
would
don't
be
remember where you stole it
really
from.
funny if they just had a QR code on like their front and back.
It's the QR code
constantly
that
just walking
spawns
around with
the
it.
Domino's Pizza Miku. So you have a QR code that you're scanning, and then once you scan it, the Miku just pops out of the chest and does a live concert.
What is the Domino's Miku?
Say-
Domino's
There's
was sponsored by
a
Hatsune Miku for a bit, so
Well,
there's a funny ad where like the
yeah.
Domino's guy is like, "Do you know about Hatsune Miku?"
It's the CEO of Domino's talking to.
I'm gonna be honest. There's no way we can make this funny or interesting to Sean. He's just not gonna get it.
I feel like
No,
that's fun.
I've seen that, and I thought it was funny because it was an anime.
Yeah, it was anime women.
Did they show this on fucking like,
Imagine that,
television,
John,
right?
but on a homeless person.
Anyways, I'm almost done. So I'm driving a beat up 1998 Nissan Sentra. That's terrible car. Whatever. Driving. I don't have AC, which is why my windows are down. Which is why this man just grabbed my arm and asked me to pray for him.
Yeah.
I
So
go.
wait.
I don't have any money.
He walks into the middle of the street because you're.
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
They do that. It's pretty cool.
Homeless people, yeah.
At the
They're known for walking.
Yeah,
in
it's
the middle
cool.
of the
They
street.
are. They are.
In St. Louis, they do that at every busy intersection.
Yep.
They just walk into the street with their sign, and sometimes they'll like knock on your window and stuff, and you just
Interesting.
Well, they'll do the
pretend that
thing
you
where.
don't see them.
Well,
they're
no, it's like
knocking
red.
on your window.
Whenever it's like red lights, they'll always just
Oh,
like
yeah.
come out and they'll just be like, "All right, time to break some windows."
Yeah,
And then
oh man, I'm getting sidetracked, but a really cool one is this intersection between like really poor area and Wash U. That intersection. There's these two twin girls that are both homeless. They're and like
Still.
I say girls, but they're in like their late 40s probably, or at least they look it. And there's also this one black guy that's always there. So like 3 of the corners at minimum are
So they've-
posted up.
They've occupied.
And the
this-
black guy, I've given him like just $3 that I just had on me because I don't use cash. Giving him that sometimes, and so he just talks to me when he sees me coming back from class to my apartment.
Okay.
And he just rips on the girls all day. Like,
is that
all
like
day
a
long.
strategy where it's like,
no,
oh,
no, he's just like all these motherfucking white people. Sorry.
No, go. Yeah, this is the most racist thing we've done on this podcast.
But like he's not white, and he just
He said he's a black guy.
He comes up to me, he's like, "Hello, sir. These white bitches."
These white whores.
But dude, just
that I
hearing him
frequent.
just rip on them and being like, "Why the fuck is everyone giving them money because they're white?" And it's like St. Louis has a really like like Omaha's kind of gradual for like flowing from like
Sure.
poverty to wealth.
Yeah.
Like St. Louis has like a line.
The hard.
Oh,
It's
shit.
like it's just a
Really?
line.
Mm.
And so like there's people in Benzes driving by, and they're giving money to the like, and like the best part about these like these twins is they take off their like all of this and they like hide like because you can see it when you come off campus. They hide all the stuff that they have
Yeah.
to make themselves look extra poor.
Yeah. Well, no, a bunch of people. I've always one thing because like if you look at like a homeless person's shoes, that's always a really good indicator. Because if they're wearing like nice ass shoes, then the odds are they're just like a grifter. But if they're wearing like shitty shoes, no one's gonna wear shitty shoes out of the house. But it's very easy to dress up like a homeless person.
I don't know. I wear some pretty shitty shoes. If you want to see my.
Tay-
Okay, yeah, but
you
you
and
this
this guy
guy
would get along.
berries.
Tasia Sperry's
You see my homeless leather
Beautiful.
jacket? Maybe I should post a homeless
Yeah,
guy.
truly
Yeah.
a homeless.
On,
You could do it. The panhandlers, because I remember, like all the panhandler. It was like a panhandler epidemic in Omaha, where it's like every time you get off the freeway, it's like there's somebody waiting there at the bottom. Time to not look at them. Time to sit quietly and enjoy the radio.
This
while
is
it's
a very
there.
cruel podcast.
Yeah, I was thinking like
These people do the same thing. What do you mean?
I get what you mean, but it feels so fucked up to call like people an epidemic. You know what I mean?
No, okay.
Like an
The
epidemic
panhandler
of
thing-
poor people.
The panhandler thing was different because I think a lot of those people were not actually
Oh yeah, that's
homeless.
true. People will panhandle and not be that poor, just
Yeah,
because like
they
you
were
could
not
actually make.
Well, I remember
I have a
specifically
beer,
in like Montreal, there was like an article written about this like spoon guy who'd go around and he's like he'd dress like a homeless person and he'd go into the middle of like a park and then like drum with spoons on a bunch of different places and he made like 6 figures. Like he had like a nice ass house. Like they went to his house.
All right, let me cap off this story so we can stop talking about homeless.
Can I say one more thing?
Yeah.
Keep your coins. I want change. Alright, go on.
So that actually ties in pretty well.
Okay, perfect. I'm
so
glad I said it.
He grabs my arm, tells me, pray for me, and I'm like, okay. And then he's like, do you have any money? I just need to get on the bus. And I'm like, no, you don't. I've seen you here all day, every day. You're not waiting for the bus. You're waiting for me.
Wait, the same guy?
Damn. You said that?
No, I did not.
Oh.
Uh,
I thought you did for a second. I was like, that's
wow.
fucking you. This is a cool story.
No, it's
You're a
much less-
badass for standing up to this homeless
much
man.
less
You're
cool.
a BAMF, dude. A BAMF.
But so he is like, do you have any cash? And I'm like, sorry, no, I don't. Like, I'm a student. I don't really have cash or money. I did say this. I said, you see the car I'm driving? Like, I'm not rolling in dough. So like.
Well, you are rolling.
I am certainly rolling, but
Not really.
he's like, I see you have money, and I'm like, I don't. Like, and I actually didn't have any cash because I rarely have cash.
Sure.
It's like I don't have any money. He's like, yes, you do. I can see the coins that you have. And so I ended up giving this guy all of the coins out of like my coin tray. I ended up giving him like 83 cents. And he was just happy about it. It was all nickels as well.
Well,
83
you know what?
cents
That's
in nickels.
nice. You helped.
I
him
just
out
thought
a
it was
little
funny
bit.
that he like shook the nickels out of me. Like he only like
Oh, yes,
all
he
he got
did.
out of it was
Wrapped
83
you
cents.
down.
Yeah.
I'm like, is your fucking heroin dealer gonna take nickels?
Yeah, he doesn't make change.
Yeah.
What's 83 cents get me in heroin?
Yeah, exactly.
Honestly, if a homeless person just came up to me and he's like, I need money, I want to go buy some drugs, I would be more inclined to give them
Oh,
money, I think.
no, honestly, I wish because like instead,
I'd be like,
when-
yeah, you're American, you can
Remember when I was
you
talking?
can overdose if you want, go ahead.
No, remember when I was talking about the they're decriminalizing that, but whatever.
Oregon,
no,
yeah.
But remember when I was talking about like how I got a bunch of homeless people like sandwiches and stuff? Honestly, now I wish I would have rather gotten them like a shit ton of alcohol and just been like, here you go.
Yeah.
It probably would have made their
Why?
day way more.
Here's a fucking 750.
Yeah, it would
of
make their
Martins,
day.
you know?
It would not make the rest of their life.
Neither
any
will the
easier.
sandwich.
Neither will the
The
sandwich. They'll
sandwich
just
will
throw.
help.
No, they'll throw
So
it at
will
me
the
and be like,
alcohol.
no, I don't like lettuce, and then they'll throw the
But
sandwich
sometimes
at
they
me.
do want food. Have you ever run into the ones that do want food?
Yeah,
The
no, I've
ones who are
bought
denying
meals. I've
they're
bought
homeless.
meals for homeless people.
One of the good ones.
One of the good homeless.
This is
The
too
people who
much.
are, they're still
Shit on
denying that
homeless.
they're
This is
homeless.
It's turning into like a
Podcast.
really bad.
Yeah.
I'm sorry that I steered us down.
Homeless people, this is basically our homeless listeners. All right, maybe instead of wanting crack, want some crackers now and again.
I had
Phineas has a lot of these zingers.
I had
these homeless people.
I had to run in with like not a homeless guy, but it was like some guy. He had like what's it called?
He smelled bad.
He
And
was.
so you
he
gave
was-
him money. 'cause
He
he
was
thought he-
black, and he came.
Oh God! No.
He came up to my car. I was at the Walmart parking lot, and I was buying just like all I had bought was 6 cans of fucking Pringles.
Wait, okay, back up.
All I
Why
bought,
did you buy 6 cans?
I
of
wanted
Pringles?
6 cans of sour cream and onion Pringles, so I didn't have to keep going back to the store to buy cans of Pringles because I
You
like
don't go
having
back
them
to the
as a
store to
snack.
buy.
I put Jackson on
anything.
my kidney stone diet.
No, I like having them as a snack. I ate them over like the course of like 2 weeks, so it was not like I was pounding fucking Pringles.
I mean,
Oh, that's
yeah, kind of is.
All
That's
I
like
had-
half a thing of Pringles
No,
every
shut
day.
the fuck.
Dude, I would have got through those in a week. All right.
Okay, so
The
I-
kidney stone.
this was literally all I had purchased at the Walmart, and I was walking back to my car, very happy.
Did you have a bag, or were you?
I was
holding
very.
them in your arms?
I was
all these
okay in
Pringles
the store. I
cans
was
in
just holding them in my arm
Oh,
because they don't
yes.
come like that. They don't come like
Yeah,
in a
the-
bag.
yeah,
Well,
I
they,
was-
they come with a cart or a...
No, they don't. They do not.
I like that
The
idea.
store does. Yeah, they come
Jackson
with a
going to a
cart.
grocery cart and just getting as many fucking Pringle cans as
No, but you
possible.
could get a basket and be like,
Yeah, I know, I know.
You didn't have to carry
I
around
didn't
six.
get wood.
Anyway,
It's
anyways.
just enough to be weird if you're holding
It
six
was
cans of
weird.
Pringles.
I didn't like doing it, but I
Guys,
did it anyways.
Jackson's kind of like the guy in Math Problems, don't you think?
Buying
You guys
six
think he's
extra
kinda like-
cans.
That's the shittiest meme that there ever was.
Yeah.
I don't get that.
There's
Well,
Jackson
you know
buys
how,
6
like,
cans of Pringles. He
fucking,
then
like,
gets
algebra
molested
test
by a homeless
Would
person.
be like, oh, so
How many Pringles does he have left?
Okay.
Let me. Tage says he doesn't get the
Tage
joke.
doesn't
Yeah.
get it fucked
You know
up.
how in algebra class, like the test, I have a question where it's like, so and so buys 50 pumpkins and
Yeah,
then
yeah.
gives a third of or
And I'm
third
that
rounded
guy.
up to a friend,
And
right? How many
somehow
does he have left?
It's bad that I bought that
That's like
many
rid-
Pringles
Oh,
cans at
that's a
once.
joke.
That's
I
the
wanted
joke.
to buy.
And it's a shitty
Okay,
joke.
I'll admit, I wanted to buy the full tray of Pringles cans, but I
I'll
was
admit. Look, I'll come clean on this.
Complete. And all the Pringles cans they had, I wanted to buy them.
But it was like an
I'll be
awkward
honest.
amount,
They
and
only
I'm
had
like,
6 Pringle cans left.
They did.
I didn't
No,
get a card.
that is why. And I was like, I was carrying the box around for a bit. I'm like, this looks weird.
Oh wait, you weren't like thinking about it. Like that was a choice.
It was not the full box of Pringles, like the full crate. It was just the 6 that they had left,
It
and
was
I'm like,
base.
carrying the box around's a little weird. Carrying that up to the self checkout line's weird. So I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna carry them in my arms. I carried them in my arms, bought them with my own money that I earned.
Like these, yeah, the homeless people are the problem.
They're not buying.
He
Anyways,
fucking deducted that shit on his taxes.
yeah. So I walked out to my car, and I'm like very proudly having fucking 6 cans of Pringles in my fucking bag from Walmart,
Yeah.
and I'm putting them in my seat. And this old guy, oh yeah, dialysis is what I was thinking of. He's got a really fucked up thing in his arm, and he walks up. I saw him like walking around the parking lot earlier when I parked, and I'm like, I don't know what's going on there. But he walks up to my car because he sees I'm walking back to my car. So he walks up to my window, and I'm like, I literally like decide like right then as he walks up to my window, he knocks on the window, and I'm like, should I just ignore him or should I roll down the window? I'm like, I cannot pull out without hitting this man, and I don't think so. I'm not going to ignore him. That is not on the cards here. So I roll down my window, and he's like,
What's he gonna do? Sue you? Where's he gonna find a lawyer?
exactly. If I hit him,
It's illegal to kill homeless people.
well, I don't think he's homeless. Is the thing? He's not
Homeless people
That's
are
the
now.
problem now that we live in
literally-
Biden America.
Killing
He's
homeless
literally
people and
not
lollies
homeless.
are now legal.
Okay. Okay, so
5 for 5.
he
Darius.
was
You
talking
guys
to
seen
me. He
Five
said
Days
something
for
about like he had like liver failure or something, and he was on like a dialysis thing. And he had like a fucked up tube in his arm. It looked, you could visually see the thing in his arm that was like, oh yeah, you've got a serious actual medical issue. Where I'm like, okay, I can sympathize with that. As opposed to other homeless people
Yeah,
have
where I can't
serious
sympathize at
medical
all.
issues.
As opposed to
where I
all the
don't see-
unsympathetic homeless people.
Yeah.
These people
He's
just
not
want,
homeless. This
These
man
people
is
just
not
want
homeless.
meth, heroin, and crack.
The
Anyways.
man I was talking to is not homeless specifically because he told the woman that is taking him to his home did not have
Yeah,
enough money
quote,
for
unquote.
gas. And I'm like, okay.
That's a classic.
Oh, so yeah, no, that's
Sure.
Alright, can I
But
have
if I'm getting grifted, I'm like, I don't give a fuck because you're trying to
Beer?
grift me.
No, I just want to have like a
Shut up.
a segment of like homeless sympathy. You
No,
know,
okay, we can do that
we've been-
afterwards.
Okay, we've been
Okay,
bashing
after
homeless
our
people a
shitting
lot.
on
Again,
homeless-
Me and Jackson are leftists, which means we're based.
As
Anyways.
I just said, this
Dude,
man
what's
is
it
not
called?
homeless. The dirtbag left.
Dirtbag
yeah,
left,
we-
yes.
dirtbag-
but
We're all part of that.
Not all of us,
No.
but
At least
two are
me.
not.
We're just
Yeah.
dirtbag right.
how do you know?
How do you know I'm not? Bro, I'm a centrist. I know.
Shut the
think
fuck
it's
up!
funny that
Alright.
Tage is one of the most conservative people out of us, and he's not white.
He would not agree. He would say he's a centrist. He's not a conservative.
Okay, Anyways, this man told me the woman that was taking him there, I saw her car, did not have
he has a
enough
car.
money for gas. She has a car. He doesn't have a
Maybe
car.
just point at ladies like, I know that bitch.
She's driving me somewhere. I don't have to owe her $15
Did you make
for
her turn on the car
for
so the
dick
gas
sucking.
meter went up?
he's pointing at some random lady and probably like, by the way, I fucked her.
yeah. Like, by the way, I had sex with her and I now owe her $15. Can you help me out?
I now owe her $15.
No,
Okay.
he said she needs $15 for gas to get him home.
And he needs
Yeah,
$50 for
And-
ass.
I was
Up
like,
top. Hell yeah.
I was like, if I'm getting grifted now, I don't give a fuck. Here's $20.
You just want to get out of the
Yeah.
situation.
Here, well, not even that. I'm like, if this helps you, thank God. If this helps you get alcohol, thank God.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. Homeless people should be doing more drugs.
Yeah.
You
But
can you
he
imagine?
visually showed me his arm, and I'm like, oh, yeah, that's
Maybe
pretty
she's
bad.
like a special effects artist.
It was very.
Oh my god, that would be the coolest fucking grift in the world. Getting like someone who does fucking makeup for
Yeah,
movies
just does the
and getting
makeup.
them to look
Oh,
like a fucking disgusting diseased person to
A
ask
leper.
the
fucking jaundice.
A leper in
looking like-
2020, you're like, we don't have lepers.
You're like,
anymore.
well, no, that's why you really need to donate to me because
I
no
got-
one knows how to treat this
Like,
shit.
I got kicked out of the fucking
Leper
screenwriters.
Society.
It's the fucking SAG or whatever it is. So now I got a fucking
Dude,
two
Liam.
grift.
Pretend to be a leper.
So you know, Liam and I were in like a AAA like box office movie when we were
No.
kids.
What?
No, I did not know.
No.
Oh yeah, he's using IMDb. You have an IMDb.
Wait, what?
right?
What
What
movie?
movie?
What movie?
I think it's called.
For Love of Amy.
Well, now they're. Well,
It's
now I gotta
called-
find out who you are.
That. Citizen Kane?
No, it's
Little
called.
known movie called I'm a Fetus.
It's called Lovely Still.
Okay.
Okay,
Lovely
sounds
Bone.
pretty
No,
gay.
it is. It's not a good movie.
Why
it
you
did very
pointing? You
poorly.
saying I know? What do you mean?
Lovely.
Go on.
You pointed at me. You said
You
No,
know.
I didn't mean to point at you.
okay.
You
I know, you know.
Anyways.
I'm not telling the truth. Go ahead.
Continue. You were in that.
Yeah, but so anyway, I got paid for it because like I'm actually in the movie, and Liam just ended up shooting like scenes, and he's not actually like didn't make the final cut. So
Wait, he shot scenes? Wait, what?
So you
With a
didn't get
ca-
paid?
Liam had a camera?
No,
Liam was the cinematographer.
Go fuck
They're
yourself.
like, this
No,
is shit.
Look, Sean, I had a few to drink. I was confused for a second.
No, I was like 7 and Liam was like 6,
Okay.
and we were in this
Way
movie.
too small for a big
Yeah,
old
and
movie
like the
camera.
movie's about Alzheimer's and like memory loss and whatnot's happening. So nice nips, brother. I am. You know the guy? Have you guys seen Parks and Rec?
Yeah.
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 Adam Scott, the
Okay.
guy who plays Ben in that show.
Oh, yeah.
I was
okay.
him as a child in the movie.
That's sick.
Yeah.
Well, you would play a good Adam
Wait,
Scott.
like
You're
it's in the
canon-
same universe, or that's
the
the type of character?
It's the canon for Parks and Rec.
No, it's not Parks and Rec, but like he was in the movie as like the son of the guy that has Alzheimer's. So the guy's like remembering his past, and when he's remembering his past, I'm in
okay.
a couple
Okay.
scenes.
Yeah.
Did you look like this guy?
Kind of, but it was really cool to like meet him because
Oh, you'd met him?
yeah,
You'd
and,
have
like I did.
Did he say, all right, now it's time to do your initiation, which
It
is
was
sucking my
super
penis?
cool, but unfortunately he called me the N word, and he wanted
It's
to
like,
meet. He
that
just,
doesn't even make sense, mister. I'm as white as it gets.
and he just kept telling me that he wanted me to meet his Uncle Harv. I was just.
That's what I
Kinda
call my dick. And, anyways, that's not
And
funny. Go
Harvey
on.
Weinstein is also my uncle.
How much you get paid?
Not related to what I call my dick and Harvey
Yeah, did you get
Weinstein.
paid?
Yes, I got. That's. I remember. That's why I'm bringing it up. So, because you brought up the SAG, and so I
okay.
got paid because I was actually in the movie, but Liam didn't get paid, and it was just like something like we didn't ever think about it. We didn't like care about it. We just got casted because we looked like whatever.
But then the SAG came up with
Dude.
something where he had to get paid.
Liam got a check
Respect.
for $18.
Okay.
Why?
The
What-
SAG.
Well, because he still
What
did
is-
work.
what is
It
SAG?
did end up in the movie.
The Screen Actors Guild.
Actors Guild, yeah.
It's a union for
Union.
actors.
Really?
Yeah.
And
I think
they're-
not just
and they're
actors, like,
super
all
anal
stuff
about,
relating
like,
to film
yeah,
making, right?
about everyone on the
Every-
set being SAG.
I mean,
and,
yeah,
like,
they're-
getting paid.
they're-
And then he just got
So it
like
was a SAG film.
retroactively
He got
getting
it
$18
last year for $18 because like that was all they were able to squeeze because this movie was
Did
a
they
flop.
add
It was
it?
not a good
Yeah.
movie. I mean, none of you have heard of it, but like it was like in like AMC theaters is playing this movie. Like it was a big ass movie, and it was a huge flop. So that's why Liam only got $18, and he was gonna cash the check, and I was like, no, just frame that shit. Because,
That's
like,
the funniest
Yeah,
shit in the
that's-
world.
We should watch this movie one day.
Yeah,
Sure.
Just for
that
shits.
that
I
joke
feel like-
is worth $18
for sure,
absolutely.
dude. Just having a frame check that the SAG is like, it's okay, we took care of you.
So how old
Was
were you
it
at the
from
time?
the Screen
Like, how-
Actors?
I was.
He said
7.
Liam was 6.
I
he
was. I
said,
think I was
yeah.
7 and Liam was 6.
Okay.
I didn't get fucking
And how
paid.
old are you now, for reference?
27.
What's
My
your
name-
birth date?
It is. Yeah. So my name is Jeff Dunham, and I was born in 1984.
That could be when Jeff Dunn
I
was
give
born.
you.
I don't know.
Unfortunately, it sucks because my birthday is April 1st, 1988, and so you
The
know
day that 9/11 happened.
we do get a little bit
I
of.
know why that's funny. Dude.
I
I like that.
it's
We do get a little bit of 1488. Jack, I'm gonna put a fucking safety pin in your thigh.
Jack,
dude. Okay, these
you
right
just
up.
took his short shorts.
Look, Jack, just drop trout, okay? For the fucking listeners, Jack keeps
Oh no!
standing up
gonna
and
do
fucking pulling his pants
I've
up.
got some mild tighty or like the boxer briefs or
Yeah,
whatever.
pull it
Yeah,
down.
boxer briefs are all I wear.
Yeah, no, dude,
Really, the
shoot
briefs?
for it. Like if it makes you more comfortable, I'm
Yeah,
happy with
alright.
it.
Yeah.
Alright.
Alright.
Let's do the rest of the podcast like this.
Yeah, let's watch Jack.
How long do you guys usually shoot for on it?
We normally go
hour
like an hour 45, and
hour
then we'll like
minimum.
cut it down.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
So
between 1 to 2.
Yeah, we'll cut the
Yeah, this is
parts
getting
where we
cut
make,
out because
like-
you asked a stupid question, Sean.
Yeah, you.
Asked a dumb question that was relevant to the podcast that
Alright.
I hate you now.
This is getting cut out.
Homeless stories.
Yeah,
Back-
Okay,
Sean, wait,
No,
what
we
were you
gotta
saying?
have
Wait,
so
hold
many
on.
good ones.
Wait, Sean, what were you saying before I pulled my fucking pants down? What were you saying? I said 9/11, and then we got off.
Oh,
track.
then I thought that was
Oh,
funny.
we were
No, I
trying to
just said it
make
was
him
unfortunate.
reveal
He said that he was Jeff Dunham.
his personal information.
Yeah, and it was unfortunate that I did tell the audience my birthday, which is 1488.
Oh!
Hey,
Oh, yeah, you
that's
get it now.
pretty good.
But that's
Oh,
that's fucking European dating, right?
Yeah, I realized after I said it that I could have just said January 4th
Yeah.
if I wanted to reach our American audience, but
But we have so
well, no,
many
we have a
Japanese
bunch of
listeners.
Japanese. Well, Japanese is backwards, isn't it? Where it's like.
I don't know.
Jap-
No, I think
They're
it
all
is.
backwards.
It's
Backwards
year
work.
first. It's year
Japanese
first
is
month,
backward.
and then. No, it's
Is
year
that
first.
Espionage.
Email us at brownbricspodcast
Yeah,
at
we got any
gmail.com.
Oh, yeah,
I
we got-
haven't got- I haven't got
We
any
did not.
tweets. We didn't get any
I
emails.
know,
like, it would be
no.
funny if I just started using the J word a lot, pretending like I was in World War II.
Jew?
No.
Jap.
Jap?
Awesome, that's getting cut out too.
George,
Luckily,
12%,
we all
we
said it
gotta-
at the same time.
But no, Jap doesn't always mean Japanese person. Sometimes it means Jewish American princess.
No,
Oh,
yeah,
what?
what? Exactly. No, okay, so I was wait, hold on. No. So I went to like Michigan, and my sister is like, "Yeah, there's a bunch of fucking Japs over there." I'm like, "What the fuck?" No, it's everyone
No
like.
way.
the
I
fifty
thought
percent
Jack
explain.
Let me
Here's the thing.
explain. Silence. Anyways,
Do you know what an NJB is?
no, it doesn't.
We can
sound
talk about
nearly
that
as
later.
racist.
Yeah. I
But
wanna-
when I went to Michigan, like
NJB is a
apparently,
nice
because
Jewish
it's like a very big Jap population,
Japs
which
wanna
just
meet
means
NJBs.
Jewish American princess. So you have like,
Yeah.
but it's like
Like my mom used that term. I'm like, you Japanese people? She's like, no.
I
But
didn't
it's
know,
like-
I didn't know it was
the
a,
Jew.
such a popular term.
it is
I didn't know it was
ubiquitous.
I've
Like,
never heard
when I went over
I know,
to
it's
because
the
they were
first-
like, oh yeah, like 50% of the population are Japs.
You
And
could
I was like,
probably
what
we could,
the
Dude,
fuck?
Washue's the same way.
we could probably describe Celia from high school as a Jap.
Oh, for sure.
Oh
She's-
yeah, oh yeah,
She-
absolutely.
Is she?
Sure, yeah.
What's her heritage? Is it
I just like
Jew?
saying
Uh,
Jack.
I just like saying the word that I
It
shouldn't
is
say.
a nice, snappy
All
word.
right, so Jack's putting his pants back on, and that's
That's
really
how
not
you.
what we
That's how
want.
you
It's
know
the
the
cowardism.
podcast is over.
No, we're not done.
Oh,
We're not
okay.
done.
Okay.
How deep are we in?
We can't end on
Hour
Jap
25.
conversation.
Half an hour?
Hour 25.
Oh, hour 25.
Half.
I'm like, God damn, this is a dense one.
Okay, what story were you wanting to touch on about homeless people? Bless you, Tiggs. Bless you, Tiggs.
Bad
That was right on cue. How about you guys talk about some stuff for a second while I pee?
Okay.
Yes! Fucking awesome.
Okay.
All right.
Or I can hold it.
No,
Go ahead. Go pee.
Once he tells the story, just fuck. No, pee. For
Pee,
sure.
go pee. Fuck
Okay,
you.
let's talk about how much we actually like homeless people, okay?
I don't.
Yeah, okay.
No,
Yeah,
no,
this-
because
this is our
Get a job.
disclaimer.
No, 'cause I
This is
was-
our disclaimer that comes after we
Yeah.
say all the bad stuff.
You know,
Dave,
it's
can
like-
you do the disclaimer?
Yeah,
in
there's,
voice?
I really
All
respect
right, me and
homeless
Jackson
people.
are based as hell. All right, we fucking.
I respect homeless people. I couldn't do what they do every day of their lives, which is live without a home.
Which is just live.
yeah, they're
I-
out all in their
fucking-
elements. So I have a
I
have
think
a
I could be
perspective of like.
Yeah, it doesn't seem that
You
hard.
would, you would rock
Like
us.
I have a lot of like secondhand testimony from like EMT, like my professor of EMT. Not,
Tage.
not
What?
really a
In
professor.
Tage for the listeners, what does EMT stand
Cap-
for?
Emergency medical training, right? So these are your paramedics. These are your paramedics, your basic life support, and a lot of their calls, like especially in the winter or like rainy days, are like a bunch of homeless people that just want to like get into a hospital and shit like that, and they just want to get out of the elements and like because hypothermia is a real thing. And like we're fucking
It's on the mind. It's
It's
on the
already
mind.
up.
You know, so
warming is.
Yeah.
so I mean, like
Base.
just coming from that perspective, like a lot of these people are, you know, they have some sort of, you know, mental issue with either it being like substance abuse,
Yeah.
or like just any medical issue that just made them homeless. Because there's a lot of medical issues in America, like just like having a kidney problem that can drain your
Some
wallet.
It
people
really-
are
it
allergic
really-
to houses.
Doesn't make
it's just
sense
like-
why Tage is so conservative if this is what he believes.
No, I
that's
totally
why I'm
agree.
saying
No, I agree.
I don't subscribe to the whole like, yo, you're conservative, you're Democrat. Like I have issues. I have issues that I personally
What
believe
could that
in.
possibly mean?
No, because I don't like that. I don't like that distinction of a two-party. Like I just have issues that I believe in or I don't believe in. That's the
Okay,
thing.
and that
I
usually
support.
Tage is
I
actually being based as hell. It says he doesn't believe in that distinction because he thinks conservatives and liberals are the same, which is based as hell.
No, it's like, I have issues that like in my experience that because homelessness is a problem. Like I don't know if you can, you know, you can't like blame them, like right? Because like they're just
Yes.
they have, you know, different
No, wait till you
circumstances.
hear my story.
and
Look,
you know, like in different.
I may
shit
not
like
be
that.
houseless, but I am homeless. Anyways,
Home is where your heart is. Home is where your heart is, but what a shame.
This is
Everyone's
my
heart
this is
doesn't
my
beat the
true
same.
home
A
right
lot of
here.
a lot of these
boys.
homeless have like some like neurological like deficiencies, either it be like you know schizophrenia or like bipolar disorder or
In their
any other medical issue that they have.
cancer.
Yeah, anything that
AIDS.
drains their because
Retardation.
this is like the biggest push for like American fucking like
I had to teach you
healthcare
that at Club
is
Foot.
like
Cleft
fucking
lip.
Yeah, it's dealing with
Yeah,
a lot of
Okay,
people who can't.
shut
yeah.
the fuck up.
Sean.
We're
That,
done
that is a
sympathizing with the
that is
homeless.
a
Shut
sympathetic
up.
position, right?
I hate
this is the
homeless
opposite.
people. Look, if you're
We're
homeless,
done.
fucking.
Oh, and you call
Get a
yourself
home.
fucking lib.
Just
Oh,
get
yeah.
a
I
home.
don't call myself a
This
lib.
is
I
the
call
part that's
myself
going at the
a
fucking end of the
socialist.
podcast. Fucking awesome.
No, this is still the
I'm
cut
not
stuff.
a. Anyways.
No, we're
No,
not.
we're
Oh, no,
not.
we're
Anyways,
not.
now that Tage said his dumb gay bullshit,
Tell us how homeless people are bad.
tell us about all the
Alright.
bad experiences
Educate us
you've had with
on
homeless
bad
people.
homeless.
I mean, truly, they're infinite. Just everything.
I could-
Every interaction with a
I
homeless
could go
person is a
interact
fractal.
With a homeless
of bad
person right
moments.
now and just spiral down into infinite cycle of homelessness.
Okay, so I'm going to start with my simpler one, which is when I was a child. I was 15, and I was working for the maintenance man at my grandparents' apartment building. Because he was old as fuck, too. He lived in the apartment. It's not really an apartment building, but it's, this feels so wrong.
Alright, just talk to me, Sean. I'll sit here.
Basically, I was working for this guy who couldn't he
Sean
couldn't.
is struggling with talking to the mic right now.
Yeah, I am. I can't talk into the mic.
This goes really well on an audio
Yeah,
podcast.
people are gonna like this, and so that was the problem. Was I just looked
You're
over
not
there.
talking to Mike, you're talking to me.
Yes, I am. Okay, so this guy couldn't do the manual labor anymore, and I just did it again. Basically, he just had me be his little slave boy to do tasks for him, and I was getting paid.
The homeless man?
No,
No, his uncle. He said uncle needs a little bit of something, something. We
Yeah,
can make $1,000 to $5,000
it
a
was
day.
really super close after my movie producing career because it was Uncle Harv. But so I was working for someone who like they live basically in like a co-op, and he lived in the co-op, but he had background as like a maintenance person, so he wanted me to like just do like the lifting for him. And I was like 15, I was in high school, I was in good shape, and he liked that. No.
I'm cutting this part out and sending it directly to your uncle.
All of your uncles are receiving.
So he one day he was like, our back alley is fucked, and like the city's not taking care of it, so can you go like cut down all of like the young trees that are growing out there? And so I was like, yeah, I can do that shit because I'm getting paid, more than I would get paid to work at McDonald's or whatever.
Yeah.
And so
You're getting paid in semen.
exactly. So
Up top.
Look, fucking, if you like those kind of jokes, keep coming back, please.
let me skip ahead a little bit, but basically I'm like
Past the sex.
chopping down trees. Yeah, no, that is what I wanted to skip over. I'm like chopping down trees with like an axe and a saw in this alley that is like super overgrown, and the whole way down the alley. So I'm basically working like 2 city blocks down, just like clearing both sides of this alley because it's not been touched, and like no one can drive down the alley because there's fucking trees growing in it.
Okay.
And
In Brooklyn. Tree grows in Brooklyn.
so the problem was
Nice.
that I was in
Killing it.
I was in Brooklyn, and you remember I did go to high school in Omaha, so I was probably net minus $6,000 from
You were out of your element too.
yeah.
Well,
And-
here's how he'd save a bit of money, though. He'd take the wood that he cut down, and he'd offer it to the pilots, like, you can use this to fuel the airplane.
Offered to the homeless and be
Yeah.
like, this is firewood for you.
I would just chuck the wood into the jet fuel. I thought,
Which is safe.
Fire's fire. Something
Yeah.
burns,
Carbon
it'll burn,
is
yeah.
carbon.
Thanks, Mr. Engineer, for clearing that up that we can just throw.
Yeah, well, your pants are too tight, so
They are, but it's like shorts.
You pull them down, they ride immediately all the way
Yeah.
back up.
This is my burden. This is the white man's burden. Very tight.
The white man's burden is fucking tight capris.
all right. So let me fast forward. So basically, the whole way that I'm going down this alleyway,
So he's cutting down this tree. He sees this fucking stupid bitch with run-up shorts
yeah.
going in his crotch.
Some
So
weirdo.
I'm wearing bike shorts at the time.
as is my work uniform.
Yeah, you just see your dick hanging
Yes.
trowel.
my little boy
His
penis.
dick hanging trial.
But so I'm just going the whole way I'm going down this alley. I'm just finding needles everywhere, just the whole way down. And so eventually I get like, I would say 60% of the way down the alley, and I see a man that is just
It was a Winnie the Pooh homeless person trying to not get lost in the alley by dropping a needle behind him every
just a
time
little
he shot
Hansel and
up.
Gretel
He's
situation.
like, I can follow it back. Or no, it's Piglet doing it, and then he'd shoot up every time.
It's just a joke midway through.
This requires you to have seen a very specific episode of Winnie the Pooh.
And not be in trouble for listening to Winnie the Pooh related stories if you're Chinese.
So you're following the
Oh
needles.
yeah, we're fucked, dude. Our Chinese audience is gone.
So you're following the needles, you find this homeless
Yeah,
person.
and he's just laying against the wall, and I'm like, I'm not really going to bother him, I'm just going to keep doing my job. So I keep chopping down trees, but he's laying, against a tree, and I imagine that he liked the shade that the trees provided.
Winnie the Pooh?
No, the heroin addict.
Oh, okay.
So yeah.
Yeah. So he's laying in front of a tree that I need to cut down because it's supposed to be cut down,
This is scheduled to be cut.
Yeah, so he's just laying there, and I just, I have a big shovel and an axe on my shoulder, and I just give him a little kick. And he wakes up and he looks at me and he goes, "Boom." And the whole interaction, he never said any words to me. Like that was probably my favorite part. Is he never said a single. He made noises, but he did not say words. And so I give him a little kick, and I'm like, "Buddy, like you can move." And like I'm talking to him like this. I'm like, "You're homeless as fuck. You're obviously strung out."
You're homeless.
Homeless as fuck.
He was, dude.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
Yeah, and so I was like, "You can move like." If you move to the place where I just cut, like, it's fine. And nothing registers.
Yeah.
And so, I'm, 15 years old, thankfully had an axe on my shoulder, so I felt a little bit more confident, and I'm just, like, talking to him, being like, please, like, move, like, anywhere. Like, move anywhere where I don't have to work. Like, I don't care what you're doing. I know you're a piece of shit. So... He is, dude. Like, if you're strung out and
you're a heroin addict.
If you're a heroin addict, it was like a Tuesday. Like, I was like, I came home from football. If
it was a Friday.
Look, it was a fucking Saturday, Friday. Like, fucking shoot up. Go ahead.
But you know what I mean. Like, it was a Tuesday afternoon. I'd come home from football practice, and I was like doing just work to make like a minimum wage.
Yeah, manual labor after you're already fucking tired.
Yeah. And
from your uncle
so like
fucking you in the ass.
I don't give a fuck about like move down like a little bit down the alley and let me like just finish my job because I'm super close to the end. Like I think he was laying around 75% of like the 2-block distance of shit that I was cutting down. And he's just like I don't know what the fuck he's saying. He's not saying any words, but he's making noises at me. And I'm just watching him like keeping my distance, being like, just please, like, if you move, like, literally 4 feet, like, it's fine. And as I'm, like, doing, like, please, like, move 4 feet, as I'm, like, having this argument with him, he just takes off his sandal and jams a fucking needle between his, like, big toe and his second toe.
This is why homeless people are so cool.
Respect. That's fucking hardcore.
Yeah, like, can you imagine, like, honest, like, obviously his life is fucking horrible, but, like, the fucking pure joy that you have to, that for the moment,
to scare
that
one little boy,
to not give a shit at all that you're being confronted and just be like, I don't know what the fuck is going on.
I mean, like, the amount
lying on this tree, fucking shooting up, and this motherfucker's, I don't know what he's saying to me. It sounds like fucking Charlie Brown's parents talking.
No, but like the ability to just say, I know this needle's like kind of scary, and I know the idea of puncturing myself like right there would be incredibly fearful, but this feels so good that fuck it.
Yeah,
heroin's gotta be
but so the second he did that, and
when you take it, it's gonna be
heroin's gotta be just the best ever.
Yeah, but so the best part was I pretended to call the police. Because
that would definitely help his mental state.
Yeah, well,
he's not worried about his mental state here.
Probably not help his mental state. Help Sean's current situation, perhaps.
Sure.
Is it like? Should I have called like the actual police?
You're wrong. You're bad.
No, I think pretending is good because
I just
anything you can do,
the same thing.
Anything you can do to get this guy to move, to not fuck your day up, and also not ruin his life. I think that's like. That's what I did. That's the goal.
I just called Liam, and it was like, hey, how's it going? Liam will probably tell you about this. No, it was my dad. I called my dad.
Okay,
it wasn't Liam. I called my dad.
Because Liam probably won't.
Yeah.
That's so pretty funny either way.
I just called my dad, and I was like, hey, I'm going to pretend that you're a police officer. And he was like, what's going on? And I was like, no time.
No time.
Way more suspicious.
Yeah, and so I just was like, hey, like, there's a guy here, and he's just laying in my way, and he's in the alley. And he acted, like, the best part of the whole thing was this guy acted like I was doing him the biggest inconvenience possible. Like, he acted like you would if, like, you were at, like, a car dealership, and you were going to buy a car, and then, like, somebody, like, shit on the hood of the car.
Like, to be fair... It is extremely inconvenient
for him, yeah, for sure.
You're fucking up his high,
and so
bro.
he just like when he saw I was doing like my play pretend call the police, he just like stood up and was like,
I mean, this is a funny story now, but there is a strong possibility that he would have just fucking attacked you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it could have happened. But you forget.
Prepared.
You have an axe. You have an axe.
Is he able to recognize that fact?
I think the Sean
no,
we'd
dude,
be
I
talking
was,
to.
dude.
I think the Sean that we were talking to would be very different today if he killed a homeless man with an axe. Right, like
Axe the homeless man
fucking-
saying he was in my way.
No,
my
like,
minimum wage job
Phoenix,
cutting
I did
down
have it
trees
in my
in an
mind
alley.
that I would kill him if I had to.
you were already half choked.
You were 15 years old?
Into the
Yeah.
mic, please.
Yeah, no, I was ready to go. Like, I wasn't standing, like, right next to him, you know, being like, hey, get up, you know, move, like, trying to move. Like, I was, like, 6 to 8 feet away, being like, get the fuck out of here.
Proper social
At
distancing.
least let me clean up this alley before you just lay in here. And, like, he had made me very angry because the whole...
It made you very...
No, but, like, the whole time I was going down the alley, and I was just, like, I was chopping down little trees and picking up trash. The whole time, I was like, I'm gonna get a fucking needle in my hand. So,
Okay.
like, I did not like this guy. Not that I had any reason to like him, but I fucking hated him. Because every time I
Yeah, I
reached
mean,
to
you
pick up-
can sympathize with him while still acknowledging, like, man, you are really fucking my day up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
For
you
sure.
are the
Yeah, for
biggest
sure.
issue I'm
But-
going to face.
Can I ask, like, up until this point, how long has this interaction been?
Probably 5 minutes of
5
me,
minutes,
like...
okay.
Like, I was trying to, like, not acknowledge him while I was working.
Yeah.
And
How long does that go on?
that goes on for a while, because I get... So, like I said, it's about 2 blocks, and he's, like, 75% of the way
Okay,
down.
so you're just cutting down trees,
Yeah,
hoping,
so
like,
when I
God, I hope this guy wakes up.
Yeah,
and leaves
wakes up
before
and
I get to
goes,
him.
yeah. And that was just most of the interaction was that. But then, like, when he didn't move and was, like, not willing to, like, get the fuck out of the way, because I'm just doing work, basically, like, city work almost. Like, I'm just cleaning up this alley. But by the time that I got to him, I fucking hated him. Because every time, you know, even though I'm wearing, like, you know, leather gloves, like, work gloves, I'm still, like, every time I reach in to pick up a piece of trash, I'm like, there's going to be a fucking syringe that's sticking out.
Well, it's
of
still
my finger.
puncture. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
still
I mean,
puncture.
you're
It'll go
doing
through
hard
that.
work, and this guy's making it even
Yeah.
that much harder.
You
So
think
spite's
all
gonna
of the
build
needles
over time.
belong to him?
I think most, because he seemed to really shoot up.
How
like,
many?
like I told you.
How many? If you
Oh,
could
one.
guess, how many needles do you think you saw?
I trashed at least 12.
At least
Well,
12.
you
and there's
trashed
more.
it
What
without a sharp.
Without
Yeah,
fucking
no, you
shooting
need a
it.
sharps container.
Oh,
for
yeah,
that.
shut. You didn't
Yeah.
do this according to protocol.
I
No,
didn't.
but like
No,
it's-
that's super not like if
Yeah.
a garbage man picks that
Yeah,
up, they're gonna get
it's-
fucked.
Yeah, but I
Oh,
mean,
they
but
got
I understand.
gloves,
Like
too.
you
Sorry,
know that
dude,
when
I was
you're
15.
Yeah, you're 15.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, it's fine. Yeah,
I do
Way
feel
to
like
give
yeah.
way to
I
give
was
HIV to a fucking garbage man, Sean.
I was throwing it
Some
into,
garbage man gets stabbed.
a
He's like,
dumpster. I wasn't like putting it
Fucking
in the trash.
bourgeois Sean
still not to say
pressing
that
the
it's
working
good,
class
but-
once again.
no,
the bottom of this
Sean.
trash
Yeah.
bag is just filled with like needles and
That
like
was my immediate thought.
the garbage
Dude,
man.
you
We're
guys are
conditioned.
right.
We're
You
conditioned
guys
like
are,
in
yeah,
fucking
you guys
science.
are correct.
Look, it's Liam.
Liam.
You're on air right now.
Yeah, we're live, baby.
Yeah.
We're live to all of our.
Look,
all of
Here,
our
fucking-
let's all scooch over.
we booked Liam before. We had to settle for
Nobody's
fucking
there.
Sean. Now we got the real deal.
yeah.
All right.
Set up for Sean earlier today. I was
Say
like,
something funny.
Jeff was-
Hey!
Wow.
I do like seeing that.
Yeah, just the fucking peeking
Bar,
yeah.
because
A fat ass
if we put the gain any lower, it's just gonna be so we can't hear anything right now, and then but it's gonna peak when
We
we
very
all scream.
scientifically determined that that's the best game level.
yeah.
This is true. I don't know.
Anyway, that homeless story's over. If you want to hear the story about when I got robbed, I think you all know
If
it.
you want to hear the full
So
story,
wait, hold on. The homeless story
subscribe to our
was
Patreon.
We got an extra podcast that
For
we're
the
Premium
bonus podcast.
episode.
Oh yeah, no. So the homeless story. Let me get this straight. Is you were cleaning up syringes in the back alley, and you told a guy to move, and he said no, and then he pretended to call the police, and he said okay.
Fuck you,
Did he
Jack.
leave? Wait, did he leave though?
No, he eventually moved up the alley to where I'd already
Okay.
trimmed stuff.
Okay.
But
story.
dude, okay, Jack, you're leaving out the best part.
Yeah.
Jack,
Where he
you're
shoots up between his
You're
toes.
pretending, you're
it's just-
pretending like it's not incredible that a man that I'm like yelling at, like to like move, like get the fuck out of here, you know,
Just doesn't hear any.
doesn't hear any of it and just peels his flip flops apart and sticks a needle between his fucking big toe. And
No, yeah, that would be pretty astounding.
Like,
I think it's because Landon, one of my roommates, is a heroin addict. So it's just completely
little
he
used to
really?
guys shooting up in his
well,
living
I mean,
room.
I'm gonna be like, you should listen to this podcast, and I'll be able to. This is a fucking breadcrumb
Yeah.
that'll tell him.
yeah, drop a timestamp. for it.
Yeah, he'd be like, you need to learn about heroin, friend. You
Learn
robbed
about it, yeah,
Oh,
he's-
sorry, we didn't fill Liam in. What we're doing right now is just trashing the homeless.
Yeah. Oh, we also didn't fill the listeners in that we have Liam, a different person
a
coming on this
new
podcast.
member who just joined us.
Liam, what's
Yeah.
your least favorite thing about
Wait,
homeless
hold on.
people?
Come over here. Come.
Oh yeah, you're in a bad
You're not in the
spot for
car
that.
to
In
go
a bad angle
hey,
for the
hey.
for the mic.
I
Come,
think
come.
with me, the issue with the homeless is just how flagrant they are.
How blatant they are being
Like,
so homeless.
Have some shame.
Look,
You know?
can you try to look like you have a fucking home?
Yeah.
Can
I
you
had
at
a-
least make it seem like
Thank you, Jack.
you're just a grifter on the side of the road?
I had a guy at a gas station. I went inside, and as I was going in, he's like, "You have a screwdriver? I need to fix my bike." And he had a bunch of bags of stuff. And I was like, "Yeah, I got a screwdriver." So I give him a screwdriver, and we fix his bike. It's a pretty nice bike. I'm like, "All right." So he tightens
It's
up.
a nice.
Handlebars are tightened, and I end up getting into a conversation with him for like 10 minutes. It's really uncomfortable. And then I end up going, "All right, I'll see you later." And as I'm leaving, he yells, "Jesus is closing the door on you." And
He knew.
and
He
I've,
knew.
I've seen him at that same gas station quite a few other times, and he's always having people help him with a bike, and it's always a different bike. I'm serious. Like 3 times I've seen him.
No.
What the fuck? What kind of grift is that? Where it's like, all right, I've got
Selling
18
stolen
different
bikes.
I
bikes.
feel like
Yeah.
this guy steals bikes
Stealing
in such a
bikes.
way that he then needs people to help him fix them.
He's
And then
stealing
he-
them so
then he brings them
violently
to
that he
oh,
breaks.
I live like 2 blocks down from a Saul's, and it's so funny to see, because like I had a friend who he got his bike stolen, and like ended up seeing it there,
Showing
and
up
like
at the Saul's.
seeing all of the different bikes that are clearly just like it's like, but it's like mountain bikes that have like everything tricked out, and it's clear that they didn't like sell it piecemeal because they were like, here's the bike, and so you could just see like the new bikes that got stolen every single week.
Jeez, what is Saul's though? What,
It's a pawn shop.
The pawn shop,
Okay.
literally, yeah, that's like the most famous pawn shop in our town.
Yeah, it's the reason that
Holy shit.
Carrie Rice thought Liam was Jewish.
Yeah.
That hair.
Liam does
Yeah.
have curly ass hair.
Yeah, that in the hair.
So none of us are actually Jewish, so we're actually in
Except
the wrong.
for Phineas.
Except for
We're-
me.
Except for
Like,
Phineas.
We've established through multiple episodes that I am a black Jewish tomboy female.
That we all want to
Huge
fuck
tits.
so bad.
with
big-
big ass tits.
With
that
big
he's hiding
tits,
from
but
us.
I fucking wrap them up so you can't see.
Yeah.
He does do that. It's
Yeah,
kind
the
of weird.
binder is
Yeah.
a little uncomfortable.
The
yeah.
binder.
The binder, yeah.
We've spent a
Binder's
long
full
time
of
trying to
women.
get him to come into a hot tub with us before, and he's just, no.
No,
Yeah,
no,
and
no.
he was covering it up with his fucking towel, and he's like, no, and then we pull it down, and it's like, you're a guy?
No,
Oh, wait, hold on, wait, the other one.
The other
Sorry.
way around.
It's, oh, you're a girl, and you're like, yeah, I'm a
I
Tay,
got
and then
big-
we all fucked you.
I got big tits. I got an even bigger pussy.
And then we said, listen, you can make $1,000 to $5,000 a day, easy, if you just come with us to Florida. And then we didn't buy your
We
ticket.
flew
Yeah,
him
we'll-
out.
we'll
We said you were
fly
going to
out.
be a bikini model, and
Yeah.
we flew
Make
him out,
you-
and then
make
he
you
got there, and we
so
were like,
sexy,
"That's not
so-
what you're."
That's why he was
Yeah.
so opposed to girls do porn.
They said you're not here tomorrow. I'm like, yeah. You think I don't know what's going on? Why you think I flew out here?
What do you
I
think?
flew out here to get
What do
fucked
you
by
think
a
I'm
guy
about?
named Jim.
I'm like, here you get my fucking shit fucked.
My
for money.
pussy destroyed
Yeah.
by larger men.
Okay, but like the backroom casting couch guy, it's just funny because he does like double duty where he has to pull like the actor of like, oh well, you know, I'm the manager, but also just fuck me. Like it's clear that it's just
Just
like,
to see how you can fuck.
yeah, no. Well, he's like, well, they're not gonna just hire a pretty face. I'm gonna have to see what
Yeah,
what
it's
it's like when I fuck you.
I
And it's
imagine
just like,
that's what the manager of the porn company actually.
but just the idea that he doesn't have another guy with him. The idea that it's like, well, I mean, there's no other people here,
I
so
have
I
to
guess
do
you're
it
just gonna. I guess I'm,
myself.
And it's just like, whoa, yeah, we met on Tinder. Like, he always just like, oh yeah, we went through a dating app, and now I'm fucking you because you think you're gonna get paid for this. You're not.
Hell yeah, dude.
Hell yeah,
Pornography. We don't all
Paige,
have...
how would you feel if you experienced that?
If I got blackmailed and doing porn, I'd feel wanted.
Well,
You're
Liam, how was
the
your
candidate that we're looking for?
We're
How was your
moving-
experience,
We're moving
Liam?
into traps.
Liam is also he's not black, but he is Jewish. He is Jewish and a woman.
And a woman, yeah.
But we all knew that way before.
Yeah,
He's
the
a
sexual
JAP.
tension disappeared so
Yeah,
long
J-
ago.
Yeah, we were just
This kinda
disgusted.
sucks.
We're fucking
bro.
lost.
Disgusted by him now. Now we're just grossed out by his male tendencies to be...
Tell us a good story.
Say something funny, Liam.
Provide some
Story
context.
this is the worst.
Let me,
Storyteller Liam.
I'll do my robbery story and I'll do it fast, I promise. I went to go pick up my friend at the airport because she was a girl and she didn't.
Tage can sympathize.
Shut up.
She didn't trust that she could take the metro home without getting raped.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. That's
Because
a
of the
word.
homeless.
That's a word.
It all comes back to the homeless.
Or robbed, you know.
Okay, yeah.
Homeless.
You know what, sorry. Robbed probably should have come before raped. Before being...
One of those two
But
possibilities.
there's one that I think about a whole lot more.
And
one of them I
is
fantasize about a lot.
certainly worse. So, she's like, I'm coming back from my shitty little hometown. Will you come to the airport and, like, pick me up and help me take my luggage back and mostly help me not get raped? And I thought, you know, that my penis was thinking for me, and I was really into this girl.
Woo!
So,
Alright, yeah, hell yeah.
Cox just
Hey.
full on.
Did you get fucked from this?
No, shut
No,
up.
I did not. And
That sucks.
so, I take the St. Louis Transit. There's some hooligans that are just... somebody smoked a crack pipe in front of me.
Cool.
Super cool, honestly. Just seeing somebody just load a couple rocks into a crack pipe. You're like, whoa. You know, that just kind of hits you. You're like,
That's
this
me and you in the
guy's
future.
smoking it. He's hitting a crack pipe.
He doesn't
you know.
care.
He doesn't. And he's hitting it on the fucking subway. You know?
Yeah.
Like, this guy just does not give a
Most
fuck.
innocuous
I
part.
got cops on the subway.
Yeah. And so I came up to him and he was like, I'm actually, I'm part of the gang unit, you know. And I'm like, well, I just watched you rip a
That
huge-
was... You did not do that fake. That was real.
No, okay, so jokes aside, you know, the way out there, I'm getting away out of the washu bubble, and the washu bubble is, you know, just white-ass people whose parents make...
Mayo West, crack ass.
yes.
Porsche driving fucking fuckers.
Dude, like, yeah.
Horse
No.
driving.
Porsche.
Anyway.
Porsche driver.
Porsche. I'm sorry, Porsche.
I'm sorry.
Horse driving.
Horse driving.
You
They-
said it like a fucking proletariat for a second.
But, like, washu is mostly, like, I would say 80% is people whose parents make, like, high 6 or 7 figures a month.
Yeah.
Damn.
Not a month, sorry.
A month.
If it was a month, then it would just be like all of the richest people.
Yeah, in the world.
Yeah. No, but like a year. Like, it's
Yeah.
stupid rich.
Of course.
And so I don't see like the poverty very often. And I'm a freshman in college, so I'm living in the dorms, and like all I see is like my rich ass fucking friends. And so I get on the train, and then immediately I'm greeted by a man ripping a crack pipe. And I'm like, oh shit, okay, I'm back in the real world. But I forget some of like my Midwestern, you know, hospitality bullshit
Yeah.
is like ingrained in me. So I ride the train out, I watch this guy rip his crack pipe, I watch him get out of the train, walk back, and get in another car, and keep ripping the crack pipe.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, oh, that's, you know.
As you do. Yeah.
It is what it is. That's what I'm thinking. And so I get to... A lot of people are getting off because we're getting towards the airport.
Getting
and we're
off.
Yeah, and they're jacking off in the subway. Nice, Liam. Alright, let Sean finish the story.
But so they're getting off the train as like we go further away from WashU. They're getting off to like go home or go to work or whatever the fuck they're doing. It's like 8 o'clock on a Wednesday or something. And I'm like, I just want to have my dick in a wet pussy, so
Okay.
I'm still going.
Okay.
Yeah.
out
Yeah.
here. And so I'm going out there, and it's not great. The situation is dire, but people are getting off the train, and I'm like, okay, so a lot of people are getting off, so I don't have to think about anything. You know, I don't have to worry about these, you know, guy that I was ripping the crack pipe. I think he got off around Ladue, which doesn't make any sense to...
Dude, oh, that's a Liam saying. That's what Liam would say.
Mhm. So he got off around Ladue, and so the train's getting pretty empty. And by the time I get to the second airport terminal, I'm the only one in my train car, and I think that I'm like pretty much the only one on the train. So I get off the train and walk out, and I go towards the exit, like to get off like the train, because at the airport, at least in St. Louis, the subway is raised, and then you have to go down some stairs and then go into the terminal.
Sure.
And so I get off the train, and I see there's another guy on the platform who's just wearing all black, and I'm like, okay, whatever, you know, I'm just going to pick up my friend. And I start walking towards the exit stairwell, and the guy goes, actually, this one's closed. I work here. You know, and like he's just straight lying to me, and I'm like, my Midwestern, like, just trust anybody, like, radar is not allowing me to realize that I'm being grifted hard as fuck.
Yeah.
Is this your first semester down there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I'm just being a complete. And he's like, okay, you gotta use the other exit, and I'm like, yeah, oh, thank you, dude. Like, I didn't know
Yeah.
this stairwell
You
was
think
closed.
he's helping you?
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
Like, oh, thank man.
Like, thanks, man, dude. And so, like, he just saved me, like, half, like, you know, a 30-meter walk. And so I'm like, thank you. And so I go, and he's like, use the other one at the other end of the platform. And I'm like, sweet. I will use that.
This
Yeah.
is the best day ever.
Yes, dude. Like,
So people are so nice in St. Louis.
he helped me so much. And so I'm like, sweet. So I go over to the other exit, and I'm like, this looks like a fire escape. Like, this is not...
Wait, so what was his grift here?
To get him
You'll
to
hear me, the
come-
grip.
Okay,
His
okay,
grip.
sorry.
Maybe if
sorry.
you would shut the fuck up. Continue.
Anyways, it looks like a fire escape.
Yeah, it looks like a fucking fire escape. So I'm like, okay, I guess I'll go down it because somebody told me to go down it. So I just, like, push the bar open and go down the fire escape. And it's one of those, like, stairwells that has, like, I'm going down, and then there's a platform, and then I'm going down again.
Yeah,
to
no,
get-
Yeah.
like a spiral staircase, but less refined.
For certain, yeah.
Landing.
Yeah, there's a landing.
Like
and
a
so
proper staircase.
I push the button that says, like, alarm will sound, and no alarm sounds. And so I'm like, oh, he's right. Like they're just making people go this way. And so I just, like, push that, and I go down, halfway down the staircase. And by the time I get to the landing, I go to, like, turn the corner, and I'm just not thinking about anything, you know? At this point, I'm still, like, completely...
You're just thinking about the pussy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes.
So deep.
Wait, the chick is still in this story then. Is she?
She's
still
in the
picking
airport.
her up.
She
Yeah.
still
I'm
has
still
pussy,
picking her up from the
still has
airport.
a vagina.
We're so cheap and so fucking stupid. Like, I could have got that puss if I just got her an Uber.
Yeah.
But instead we were like, let's be cheap and take the metro.
Yeah. Okay, I got you.
So I go down the staircase, and I get, like, I get to the landing, to, like, where I'm halfway there, and the
Keep going.
dude is, like, when I, like, go to make the turn, he cuts me off.
He's
Like-
managed to fucking found an alternate route to cut
To
you
get in
off.
front of you?
No, he was just, like, the second I turned around and was like, oh, you're right, this staircase is closed. He must have been, like, right behind me.
No, he's following you the whole
Yeah.
time. Holy shit.
And
Oh.
so he cuts me off before I go down the stairs. And he just goes, you're racist. Like, that was, and he tried to, like, softcore rob me.
Yeah.
Softcore.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I
dude,
totally
like,
understand.
yeah, like,
Soft
he was just,
boy.
he was doing, like, he was playing, and this is why homeless people just don't deserve rights. He was trying to do, like, he was playing a game between, like, I'm intimidating you and robbing you, and also, like, feel bad for me
Guilting
giving me
you,
money.
yeah.
Yeah, he was doing just the worst of it.
Trying to combo those.
He was clearly high or drunk or something, so I just was like, hey, man, I'm a student, I don't carry my wallet for this reason. And he was like, "What's going on?" And I
What's going on? Why
I
don't you
literally
carry
emptied
your
my
wallet?
pockets. Like I showed him.
You pulled them out.
Yeah, I did like the pull out, and I was like, "I have my phone. If you want."
Why would you say that?
Well,
Just-
because he's just trying to fucking get through this.
Okay,
Yeah, no,
fair
and
enough.
but I talked him out of my phone because I was like, if you're gonna steal my phone, you know what this thing has in it? It's like it's a GPS.
I've downloaded
This-
so much child porn, you'd be in prison with power.
The moment you grab this, you're
No,
done.
but, like anyone who steals someone's phone is absolutely R word.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Like I just
It's
told him,
done.
I was like, you want me? Because you know where I am. You're not stealing my phone in the middle of the desert. You're stealing my phone at an airport where after you steal it, I can just walk up to anyone and call the police and say, this phone number is gone. Track it. What are you gonna make? $40 off of an iPhone that you're just gonna pass off to somebody else?
Do you say this all to
Yes, I did.
You're
Yeah.
R-worded for doing.
No, I didn't. say
Sean's like
R-word.
living out like the fantasy you have like in the middle of class in high school.
Yeah.
Like, if I was getting robbed, I'd totally be able to just logic myself out of it.
Dude, it actually
But
works.
they know
Okay,
this.
wait,
They
go
know
on.
this. They're not going to make a lot
Homeless
of money.
people
off of,
aren't
like,
stupid,
fucking-
they're just assholes.
And you can fucking quote us on that.
But it worked out well, like, because then he was kind of lost, and him calling me a racist, you guys can assume, he's a black dude.
Sean got really angry.
He said, "What'd you say?"
White power.
No, but
No, you realize you're white, right?
he tried to
He was a white man.
pull the he tried to guilt me into letting him rob me,
Yeah.
which was
Yeah,
really like
yeah.
That
at
is-
the time I was just like panic mode. But
Yeah.
like thinking back on it, it's hilarious that like you try to guilt someone into
Yeah.
like
Yeah. And it probably works. That's why he's doing it, right?
Yeah.
It like works for other
Probably a
people.
valid
so,
strat, yeah.
yeah.
Like that's.
But I
that's
showed him
what
that I showed him that I had no wallet, and like that sent like panic down his spine because he didn't like he was like, oh fuck, like
Yeah, what do I do?
this guy actually doesn't have any money.
Typical
Oh no, this guy's worse off than I am.
Yeah.
Then he gave you money.
And so he was this is pre-COVID, but he was spitting in my face and calling me like a racist piece
Was
of
he like
shit.
spitting at you or just talking?
Just talking and
Talk
spitting,
spit.
just terrible, homeless breath, we'll call it.
Homeless.
He was beatboxing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but he was just spitting in my
My
face.
mouth.
And at one point, I finally had my nuts in my hand a little bit because my nuts were in his hand for a while. But I finally took my nuts back into my own hand and just
It's a metaphor for those listening.
the Japs
Ah,
aren't
no,
gonna get
no, no, no,
The Japs aren't gonna get that one.
But I just pushed him to the side and just sprinted down the stairs and ran into the terminal. And that's pretty much the end of the story.
Did you tell your female friend about this? And she was like, "Oh,
Oh,
Sean,
fuck me.
you're
I'm
so,
so hot for
you're
you.
so
Yeah, I did.
cool."
I did.
So hard
And-
for me.
And she thought I was weak.
She's like, "Why did you
Okay,
kill
no,
this homeless
I have a
guy?"
similar
He didn't
homeless
manage to rob
situation
any
where.
pussy, any money, but he did manage to rob the pussy away.
Hell yeah. No, I had a similar
Yeah.
situation where I almost got
Masculine.
robbed from a homeless person where I was just walking back to my apartment from a bar or something, and I was just walking and a guy was like, "Hey," it was 12 o'clock at night, and he was just like, "Hey, I'm really late for a meeting. Can I what time is it? Can you open your phone?" And I'm like,
He's
I
got
don't have-
garbage bags around.
Yeah,
He's like,
and-
I'm late for a meeting, man.
Yeah, but then I just
Jack's
look at my
I'm not
watch.
sure. He's like, oh well, I think it's Rob o'clock.
No, but then I
With
just
that
look at my watch
face.
and I'm like, it's 12 o'clock, and then he just stops shit, I thought he was gonna take out his phone. He panic. He just kind of panics in place, and then he comes up to me and he's like, shit, I think I'm late for a meeting. Can I use your phone? And I'm like, no, I don't have it on me. And he's like, and I'm just and then I keep walking, and then he grabs my hand and he's like, please, and I'm like, hands off. And then he's just like, okay, and he's like, dude, I wasn't touching you. I wasn't
When
touching
you
you.
think about mugging, you think of people who
Yeah.
are muggers, and you're like, oh, that's what they
No,
do.
most people
but
just-
most people
Whoa.
they probably
You
just
said
do it.
"gers" with a hard G.
Yeah.
Sean and I
No,
were-
but most people probably just do it a couple times, a moment of I really need fucking cash.
Yeah, no, that guy clearly just needed my phone because he wanted to
Yeah,
pawn
he's
No,
it.
not,
they do that in
he's
St.
not a
Louis all the time.
Spider-Man
Dude,
villain.
all of our
Yeah.
exchange students get hit in the back of the head with a hammer.
Oh
When they get robbed, our exchange students, I get
That's what's
Yeah.
gonna happen to you guys if you come to America.
I get crime.
To be
a couple
fair,
years
exchange
ago-
students just don't understand how to not get
No,
robbed.
dude, but like they're just like on their phone, like walking back to their
Well, I mean, I
apartment,
was-
and they all live in this
we could
one
start a time
apartment
game,
that's
but, like, keep going.
really-
Fuck off, man.
They all live in this apartment that's
I
far
love
away.
that I'm just like the mysterious
And
voice
they-
that comes in and out of this podcast.
You love that, huh?
That's
Matt,
far
you're like
away.
the
Okay.
fifth Beatle of our
I'm
podcast.
I'm
The
done
Ringo
besides saying
Starr
that
of
our
every time
shades
you
of
watch,
ours.
you get knocked in the head.
Sean and I, a couple of years ago, were visiting our grandmother. She was in the hospital, and we pulled up in like the parking lot's right by the entrance, and we walked up. Some guy was like, "Hey, can I use your phone? I need to call somebody." And we were like, "Sure." And Sean and I kind of had the same idea. They might run away with it, so we just both stood on either side of him. And he had a wall behind him, and he's like. And we give the password, open up the thing, and he just like types in a number, looks kind of disappointed. It's like,
Yeah.
no answer, give it back to you.
I mean, it's literally like it's like the grift is never. Oh, I'm gonna like beat the shit out of you because it's always. I mean, like people who are like trying to do that most of the time, they're just like I'm
Pretty
I'm
bad,
cowardly
yeah.
enough, that I'm not gonna do that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. About the intimidation thing, people weirdly intimidating you. When I worked at AutoZone, I would start at like 6 in the morning a lot of days, and hardly anyone would come in until like 9 o'clock. You know, it was probably 6:30, and some fella comes in, and there's nobody. There's like nobody else inside there. So he wants wiper blades, and wiper blades at AutoZone are kind of a scam. Some will be like $29 for a pair of them. Some will be like $14 for a pair of them. And the $14 ones are fairly shitty. Nonetheless, he's like, what kind of wiper blade should I get? And I walk him over to the wiper blades and show him the ones that will fit his car. And he's like, oh. I show him the ones that will fit his car, and he's like, why are these ones so much more expensive than the other ones? And there's not much to say. I'm like, well, these ones are just like a single blade and it flexes, and these ones have other things that are more prone to break in certain times, and these will last you longer.
And he said, "Get in the
That's what I'm
zone."
told. And we walk over. We walk over there, and he's like, "You're scamming me, aren't you?" When we're at the checkout counter, and as he's saying that, I realized I grabbed the wrong size, and I'm like, "Oh, I actually got to switch this one out." And he's like, "Oh shit, man, you're scamming me." And I'm like, "No, I'm gonna grab the same type, the same size," and then walk over there, and he's like, "Fuck." He's like, "Are you scamming me?" I go, "No." And my manager's in the back. There's nobody else around. I say, "No, I'm not scamming you." And he's like, "But you could if you wanted to, couldn't you?" And I went, "Yeah, I probably could." He said, "Well, you wouldn't want to do that, would you? Because I'd fucking shoot you." He reaches behind his coat like he's got a gun. I didn't see a gun. He never pulled a gun or anything. But this one,
Over fucking windshield wipers. You're about to kill
I'm
someone.
like, what the fuck? And I should have just gotten my manager and been like, I don't need to deal with this shit. But instead I just kept going and doing like an awkward smile, being like, yep, that wouldn't be good for either of us, would it? And he's like, no, it wouldn't.
Would benefit from this.
So I check him out, and I'm kind of sarcastically just being like, and do you want me to help you put those wiper blades on? He's like, yeah, I do. And we went outside, and he was really pleasant outside. Like we did like small talk about the weather, and he put it on. He gave me a $5 tip.
Wonderful. Fucking
I wanna make a-
Eastwood.
He was just doing like a
Yes,
power
we should.
trip there.
Because
All right,
they want to do
this
game
is the
night
best
downstairs
podcast
and
you've ever
whatnot.
fucking
No,
seen.
let him one
Alright.
more.
This is the best podcast you ever fucking seen.
One more and then
Another
we're done.
time.
Alright.
Another time. Okay,
Yeah,
we'll have
next
Liam back
time.
on. Okay.
Sean,
Yeah.
we'll get Liam back on for another podcast. He's really good.
Sean,
And
you're
you
done.
guys
I'm
will
done.
love-
Yeah, no, I can't do this.
You guys will love him. All right,
yeah.
thank you everybody.
So to sum up, homeless people. What do we all think of
Why
it?
do
Oh,
we don't
Yeah, yeesh.
Phineas, homeless people. What do you think?
Shalom, shalom.
Homeless people are based because they do drugs. I don't know.